determined to bring them back to heel. It had become a childish operation. The actions that he had taken previously seemed like those of another man. They seemed a lifetime ago. Had Nixios really crashed into asteroid after asteroid, jeopardizing not only his own life, but the lives of 8,800 others? Had he really invited Cell Free into the holding pen, precipitating combat between Arnold Stormsinger and Lizardman Cletus, and causing what could only be described as a hot mess? That conflict had goaded Luke, Reptile's bastard, into sedition. It had forced Nixios to blow his traitor skull off. Had he really allowed, no, had he really led his team to reroute energy from life support to power a distillation still? It seemed a good idea at the time, but with hindsight, he had just been going along with the flow, accepting the chaos of his allies. He had been drifting. No more. It ended now. Moonshine Mash had gone bad. All the food and drink in the holding pen had been corrupted following the demonic incursion. There was bad cheese. But the Gellerfield had been fully operational. In fact, Jagannatha had confided, there was a second, redundant Gellerfield. A wise precaution this close to the miasma. So how had the demons gotten through? Or perhaps the arch enemy already had a foothold on board the ship. Rather than waste his moonshine mash, Cletus fancied throwing a party and drinking it instead. He had a thirst on, and so did Hefe and 33. Moonshine forms an important part of Bayou culture. It seemed a shame to waste it. Nixios allowed this, and he left his Auspex skull to record the data. He didn't realize till after the danger. He'd been under a lot of pressure. He had been thrust into a command position. An impossible task. Thankless. Preposterous. Controlling this team was exhausting. They were utterly lacking in discipline. No. They were impossible to control. And several of them were undoubtedly a few cards short of a full deck. Whilst Tommy Lee was missing a whole suit. Nix done his best. Inquisitor Lucius had thrown him in at the deep end. He had insisted on Nixios piloting the ship through an asteroid field for no good reason. Inquisitor's decisions were questionable. No, they were insane. Cell 54 was madness. Chaos. Terrible, terrible damage had been taken by the ship from the asteroids. Irreparable. The pressure weighed heavily upon Nixios. He was sick of them all. He hadn't been the same ever since he had gone down into the mines and faced the darkness that had laid within his heart. He had ventured too far into the shadows. Miasma affected everyone and everything. It seemed so obvious now. The methanol. He was an intelligent adept with a heavy focus on medicine. But he hadn't thought about it until it was too late. Why? Had he failed as a chemist? Or perhaps he was not as intelligent as he liked to think. Or perhaps he had just forgot. Or perhaps it was the pressure of this impossible situation. Rotgut, kill, or blind. Ooze of death. Nixios rushed back to the holding pen, and for a moment he wrestled with his options. He could activate the explosive collars and the poison gas simultaneously. He could do away with it all. He could end them all. Perhaps he could place a single bullet to each of their brains with his silenced pistol. What was he thinking? Where had these dark thoughts come from? Had he always been like this? Or was it this place? It was as if a voice upon the wind was goading him. Kill them. Kill them all. They do not deserve to live. Kill them. It is a fucking zoo. Sacrifice. Nixios snapped out of it. Inside the pen, the smell assaulted him, the cheese, the mash, and under it all, the sickly scent of death. Nixios Roth had let things slide for too long. Things were going to change around here. Nicholas Davenport, the three-armed mutant dwarf builder, and Tommy Lee were fast asleep. Dangerfield snored softly and talked within his dreams. He was experiencing vivid, lucid cheese dreams. Nixios resecured the holding pen, unplugging the cabling that was powering the still, and elsewhere on the ship, the King Cook breathed more easily in his bed. Why had Nixios allowed this in the first place? This was not an episode of some comedy soap opera like on the Holovids. This was a serious military operation, right? The cell that had once belonged to Reptile's bastard, Luke, had been turned into a distillery. Hefe Ortiguez had been saved from Orpheus IV by Jagannatha, along with many other members of the family, those that did not pay homage to the laughing monk. He was brought up to the ship, and then recruited by Arnold Stormsinger and his Bayou boot camp, headhunted for his talent with technology, for his handy, can-do nature. And Arnold passed him over to Alexa, who had in turn placed Hefe under the command of Nixios. A convoluted path. A chaotic path. Hefe had been sleeping in Luke's old cell, and he had been assisting with the Moonshine operation. He had fashioned the heater unit and brought cabling to splice to the power grid. Hefe had offered to bring in his relatives to upscale the operation. His second cousin, twice removed, Rodriguez Ortiguez, was a dab hand where moonshine was concerned. But Lizardman Cletus had shot that shit down. Right down. He wanted to keep control. Hefe knew that the mash could be fatal. He knew that the mash was bad. He knew the risks. But he had a first on. His first would be his death. Laughing Monk did not protect Hefe Ortiguez. Laughing Monk sentenced him to death. The mutants, however, seemed made of sterner stuff. This wasn't the first time that Cletus had drunk risky shine. The monk was with him. Nixios brought in the servitors, started a clean-up operation. He locked up his team and he cleared away all the bayou nonsense. It all seemed so childish now. And these children needed discipline. But the rank smell remained. It was bad cheese. It had to go. But after waking, Tommy Lee wouldn't give it up. He started acting strange. No, he started acting strange for Tommy Lee. Tensions rose. Nixios insisted he could not allow this disrespect to his authority. He brought in the squad of Inquisitorial Guard. Things got out of hand quickly. Chaos. Tommy Lee started to cram the cheese into his mouth as fast as he possibly could. It was as if he had a strange and dangerous addiction. The guards didn't know what to do. Was this real? Nix ordered the guard. Nix ordered the guard in. They must seize the cheese. Tommy Lee started blasting. He refused to give up the bad cheese. He could not be convinced. Nixios had seen enough. It had been a long day. Kill him. He challenges you. Nixios commanded the guard to open fire. The pump-action shotguns roared. The strike leader aimed his silenced revolver, looted from the overseer of the Lost Hope mine. It was loaded with man-stoppers, and he aimed it directly into Tommy Lee's unprotected face, and he pulled the trigger. At that range, he couldn't miss. He didn't miss, but the bullet ricocheted off Tommy Lee's dark, wooden, false teeth. The squad opened fire with pump-action shotguns. Tommy Lee was right there. They could hardly fail, but the shells seemed to warp around him and slam into his weird painting on the wall behind. Lucky. Or was he being protected? Tommy Lee, unarmoured, barely out of bed, and with rotten cheese smothering his face and beard, finally took a shotgun blast that sent him flying backwards. And he disappeared, warped into the painting. What fresh madness was this? Dr. Festus Bucket had been summoned, and when he turned up, he diagnosed at 33 was very, very blind. Perhaps he could get some new eyes. Perhaps they could fit him with a chemrig to help speed him up a bit. He was a bit slow. A chemrig was a smart and original idea. And Nixios was sick of it all. He was sick of his chicken shit outfit. Kill them all. Nixios informed Yarn and the interrogator. Soon a fresh manhunt would begin. Later, that night, Courtney headed back from the Crow. She pointedly ignored Melissa, who was leaving her room in tears. No one seemed to care for Melissa. No one seemed to care for the dock whore. And the rumours were so cruel. She didn't belong here. Courtney wasn't bothered. Why should she bother? Back in her room, however, there was a new development, one that no one had foreseen. A small, mischievous demon awaited her. The imp had eaten Courtney's chicken sandwich and was smoking a funky hand-rolled IO stick. Demons cannot survive in the material realm, and they certainly don't eat chicken sandwiches so greedily. Demons don't smoke funky cigarettes, do they? Courtney assumed that it was a hallucination. She was, after all, quite mad. As mad as a 2-bob watch. But no, this was real as anything. She named her new familiar Sausage. It was a perfectly good name. Sausage had big plans for Courtney. They were going all the way to the top. Her name would be written across the stars, and Sausage would be her guardian angel, her obedient servant, her agent, her best friend, and more. Sausage offered Courtney whatever she desired, and there would be no cost whatsoever. She could trust it. Courtney desired Lizard Man Cletus. And so it was. Sausage opened up a doorway inside the wardrobe, another original idea that no one had ever thought of before. And Cletus was free. Sausage deactivated the explosive collar with a click of his fingers. The mutant had craved his freedom for so long, but he didn't have the patience to earn his freedom from Nixios through hard work and loyalty. Cletus was still half drunk, half hungover, and he stank of bad cheese and bad booze. Courtney commanded him to be cleaned up. And so Cletus found himself within the shower, covered in suds, and being tended to by the overly helpful Sausage, who was armed with a mop. And what followed was a night of passion, unlike any that has ever occurred before. A menage a trois, mutant, witch, and demon joined in unholy fornication. An unholy trinity.
That's the rift of the warp.
It was a riot. And we won't dwell upon the details. The world faded to black. Chaos. Surely there could be no doubt. No doubt now that the ship was cursed. That heresy ran rampant. The lawful path was untenable. First, Tommy Lee, and now Lizardman Cletus escaped from the zoo. AWOL. Cell 54 was broken. Shattered. 2 members of Nixios' team had gone AWOL. 1 had been executed for sedition by Nixios' own hand. 1 had been rendered blind and was a bit out of shape. And 1 was a free-armed dwarf mutant builder with no combat experience. Cell 54. Been an utter failure from start to finish. A crazy idea that seemed to serve no purpose. But no, that wasn't true. They had ventured into the underbelly of a ship with only a scattering of weapons and equipment taken down. And they had taken down 2 tech adepts and 2 stormtroopers who were intent on sabotaging the ship. They had been sent at the Inquisitor's bequest. They, the A-Team, they had won. They had been victorious. There was something there. There was something to Cell 54. They'd won that strange battle against the odds. Would Lucius care that Cell 54 had been sundered? Inquisitor Lucius Alexander had been growing ever more distant since the orbital assault. Or perhaps there had been another purpose to this whole crazy affair. Acolyte and and face of the black market, former enforcer from Dramar district, Yuki Gleeflesh, had taken advantage of the quartermaster Dominic Peters' untimely death. He had organised a good old-fashioned looting, but he was uncovered with his hands in Peter's purse, profiteering. The timing was exact. Jagannatha strolled in. Jagannatha took charge of the situation. He appropriated the ill-gotten thrones and the good cheese for use by the trade department. Jagannatha promoted Yuki and brought him under his control, all in the space of a few moments. The defective combat servitor that slew Dominic Peters be removed for investigation, auditing. Yuki headed to the Crow. He had a first on. The next day was day 14 after the orbital assault. And things happened that morning. Many things. Malevolence had tore out of warp space. Ridge Station was right there. It was so close. The Inquisitor abandoned his post and he gave command to Quintius, of all people. Preposterous. Utter chaos.
I normally keep quiet during your intros, but yeah, Alan, what the fuck?
Mother congratulated Alexa on being a good girl. She was growing up so fast, and as a reward for cleaning up her cogitators, she was rewarded with a special achievement badge, a glass of milk, and a cake. Well done, Alexa. Well done. Alexa was operating at 99% efficiency. Quintius was immediately tested as acting captain. Outside of Ridge Station's defensive array was a refugee ship, the Nephilim. Captain Malia pleaded they were fleeing the Butcher King. The Perseus coalition was broken before the King of the Miasma. Station authority warned that the ship was considered quarantine, and if the Malevolence was to engage with them, they would not be permitted to dock with the station. Acting Captain Thespis chose a middle path. He had Nixios scan for a suitable life-supporting world nearby, and he dispatched a third of his shuttles laden with food and the last of the ship's medical supplies. The pilots were to draw lots and were not expected to return. Quintius would rouse them with a speech. Nixios opposed this action. The wiser course would be to destroy the ship and retain the supplies. He would rather consign 20,000 souls to a swift death. Kill them all. 20,000 refugees, the wisest course would be to purge. He was thinking like an inquisitor or like a psychopath. Kill them all. Sacrifice them to me, the wind seemed to say. Quintius chose instead to think like a rogue trader? Like a rogue trader. Perhaps value could be exploited here. It was worth noticing that the system, the Perseus coalition that they had fled from, might form the next stage of the campaign. When Quintius came to give his speech, he found that his words landed. His crew need a win. They needed to know that they were doing something worthwhile. Providing food and medicine to those fleeing the plague fleet. Offering hope to 20,000 desperate souls. Bringing God Emperor's grace to this remote corner of charted space. Pilots drew lots. But only because so many of them volunteered for the mission. As the crew cheered on his actions, Quintius thought, could get used to this. Okay, guys? That's where we shall start today's game.
I'm just going to grab a beer.
Right, mate, what's that with?
Well, that sounds really cool. I'll have to go.
That was amazing.
Enjoy that,
Right.
mate.
Nice intro,
I'm glad you. Honestly, mate, you're. If I get a few laughs out of you along the way, Johnny, that just that keeps me going. That's
Seize the cheese. Seize the cheese. That was amazing. And then you followed it with pump action.
You like
That's incredible.
it's know your audience, so
It was a good follow on. I liked it. It was really cool.
It was an interesting combination of words. I consider myself a modern day poet, I suppose.
That is honestly, that was gold. Pure gold.
Oh dear. I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate. So glad
Fantastic.
you enjoyed it. James, what do you think to that one? I spent a little bit of that intro teasing you, so
Yeah. What else was you'll see the cheese and there was something else that I quite enjoyed as well.
I say there was there's a few moments in there where I'll give a line. I thought, I'm enjoying this even if no one else is. So. Dear. Right. Okay. Well, I suppose that'll do for the start. So I think we're just going to start today's game. I think we'll start it. It's Dave. Hang on a sec. Hello, Collie. Yeah, maybe a sandwich.
Cole.
Yeah, what an epic session last session. Well, Johnny, looks like we're partners in crime.
Looks like it.
Well, you can still get away with mate. No one knows you've got a lizard man in your room, do they?
I'm gonna I've got
Well, lots of people are going to go meta.
it's I think I'm gonna ask Sausage to make him invisible to everybody but me.
So you want to create an imaginary friend?
Yes, from a real friend.
Yeah, but it'll be imaginary if no one else can see it.
Exactly.
Still punch people while imaginary.
Oh yeah, you can still kill stuff. Yeah,
Oh, that's all right. Thanks.
I just want you to be to be Predator. That's what I wanted to do.
I'll do anything for you. Just free me. It could be a night with sausage and yeah, it was a good night.
The imagery is yeah.
I never knew sausage could split in two, so we could have two on the tail. You know what I mean?
I'll remind you, you fucker, that we faded to black. I might remind you several other times.
Yeah.
I warn you multiple
All
times.
Christmas has come at once, man.
I know. It's just fucking yeah. Anyway, I'll remind you that if you want to
Johnny.
role play Hayden, if you want to role play sex with Johnny, you can do it in your own time. All right, get yourself a private room and fill your fucking boots, guys. You can role play your fucking threesome as much as you want, but I want no part of it. We faded to black, and I remind you,
Yeah.
the details are left.
I second.
Details are left a little hazy.
I I second Alan's statement and position on this.
And I'll bring my whole fucking. I warned Dave earlier. I will bring my whole campaign. I don't mind. Like, I'll pull the fucking trigger. I'll end the fucking game if you two won't keep it in your fucking pants.
To be fair, I think what I suggested was possibly more campaign ending than them two
amazing.
having sex. But
Yeah, well, yeah. Dave was like saying, "Oh, I'm going to make fucking Donald Trump as my next character," and I said, "No, I'm just gonna."
Dave's got no to speak about. He fucked Alexa.
You're all.
it faded
but
to
it was
black.
It was
No,
done tastefully.
no.
It was done tastefully in the toilet.
No. Alexa, fuck Quintius.
The thing is, it's not the only time that she's fucked Quintius, is it? Like the time you tried to push me overboard, you cunt.
It never gets old.
Bless you.
Can't help myself. She's a bitch.
No, you can't. You can be anything you want. It's a game of imagination.
And you chose to be a bitch.
Slag. I'll be a slag. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the intro. We're all back. We're all ready to carry on.
Yeah.
Marvelous.
We're going to start briefly before we head back into the past. We're going to start on day 14. We're going to start on the bridge. Nixios has successfully piloted the Malevolence into position as per the station's commands. It's gone a bit loosey here in the sense Quintius is going to give a speech. You've already rolled the dice for this, Quintius, so it will have to happen. But you're going to do this at the minute you're still on the bridge, right?
Uh-huh.
So you just got a little bit of chance. I'll just put you on the map. You've got a little bit of chance before we move on, or rather say move back in time. We've got a little bit of time just on the bridge to see if there's anything else that anyone needs to do.
Can I do something?
But,
Am I on the
let me
bridge?
just. I'll just put you on the map and I'll tell you who's there and who isn't. So on the bridge at the moment. So I think actually you actually slept here the last time we were here, Hayden. So I'll put you on the map here. Does everyone see the map for a start?
Yep.
So Alexa, you are on the weapons control system. You
fire!
are directly. Are you sure you want to do that?
No.
Are you? I just want to say you are directly melded with the ship at this point, and you're fully in control of the weapons. Nixios, you are on the piloting console, so you're in control of the sensors and the ship's maneuvering. Quintius is in the command chair. We've also got Officer Sharp. We've got Officer Reynolds. You all remember him, of course. He's on comms.
Yeah, big personality, that guy.
Big player, that guy. And we also have Arnold. You must have fallen asleep. Oh, there's some Z's there. I don't know who added those in. Arnold, you just accidentally, you must have been falling asleep on your feet. So you're kind of on bridge security along with Yarn, because obviously you two guys are feral worlders. There's not too much you can contribute to the actual running of the ship. And then you've got a couple of other random, as yet unnamed bridge officers who are also there. So this is the bridge.
Everybody is still drawing breath. Something to be thankful for.
We should thank ourselves for such small mercy, shouldn't we? Dear. So, I'll leave the bridge for you guys if you want to do a bit of roleplay, or if you've got any actions you'd like to take before we move on to the next section. So the next section after this on the bridge will be, you'll be going to Ridge Station and you've got this trade mission to go. I've already warned you, I'm not even going to try and bullshit that we're going to go back in time a little bit more and meander in the past a little bit more. But at the minute, I just want just see if there's anything else, if there's any roleplay you want to do here, anything unresolved you want to do before I move on, go ahead and do it. And if you want to move along, just let me know, and that's fine as well. So I'll leave the bridge over to you guys, and the ship is lined up. There's like this docking tunnel almost that comes out from the station and starts to wind itself out towards where the ship is, towards the airlock is. And the ship's in position, and it's over to you guys. So let me know.
Lovely piece of flying there, Mr. Roth. Well done. Remarkable.
Blow my nose.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, it's a vast improvement over the last time you flew the ship, from what I understand.
Yeah. Be ashamed to wreck the station before we even set foot on it.
Nixios leans on a button, we all slide sideways. Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Kill them all. Kill them. Sacrifice them to me.
Don't make me do it now. Well,
I
more
didn't
than
say
happy.
anything. It was. I mean, it's a voice in your own mind, James. I shouldn't goad him to end the game, should I?
Do we know?
It's like a game of chicken at this point.
Do we know how far away this other ship that I sent off somewhere? How far is that from Ridge Station where they're going?
Yeah, I mean, at the minute it's still holding outside the defensive array because there's still the shuttles need to be dispatched. So it's like I said, this whole bit's gone a bit hazy in the sense that you need to head off down and give your rousing speech that you said you're going to do before the shuttles can leave. Shuttles need to get to the Nephilim before it can leave. The area. So that's the kind of timeline as I see it, which has kind of already happened because you've already made the roll, and we've already kind of made it canon. So it's got a bit messy at the moment, but
Okay, cool.
oh, bless you, Carl. Bless you. Thank you, love.
I don't think I have anything else I want to do on the bridge at the moment.
I would like to just try my new computing skills, and I've just tried to look at like some animal pictures on the nearest computer. So I'm going to make a tech roll.
Okay, well, just hold on. So you head over. There's a console. Oh, where are you? Actually, I don't see. Oh, there you go. You head over here. Well, I'll just point you over. If I just move you over to the. Oh, there is a console there. Yeah. So you're going over there. You're going to start typing in. You're going to interface with the ship system.
Yeah, I haven't got tech on my character sheet yet. Damn it.
Okay, let's sort that out. That sounds like some lazy GMing to me.
Well, I've written it on, but I said I'd add it on later. It's my fault, really.
Not really. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, so let's have a look. So we can add that in. Do you want me to do it? I can do that now.
Yeah, go on. You'll type it quicker than me.
Yep, tech use. So it's an intelligence-based skill. It's just a base rate, right? So it's in there now. You should be able to see it, hopefully. So Arnold wanders over. You wander over, Arnold.
Night, Owen. Get.
Yeah, I mean, you've
Find a picture of an animal.
Practice and or maybe it is that the ship is helping you because you get straight
to the
you get straight to the bear section on the ship's cogitate systems and a picture of a bear. You remember from your homeworld. Floats up on the console screen.
B is for bear.
I'm going to look happily at not as Quintus as I go back to my guard position. Really happy that I've used the console to find what I wanted for the first time ever.
And this
is Kraken.
This all goes back to those early days of teaching Arnie the basics of reading with the book. A is for Astartes, B is for bear.
Yeah, I think I can't read yet, but I've got tech use. I've just recognised a burp. So, that's it.
Sounds like the Imperium in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So it sounds to me like you didn't really want. There's nothing really you want to do at this in the bridge at this point. So if that's all right, we shall move onwards or backwards as to the next bit I had planned. Well, I also. Sorry, K for corn.
No, I'm not kidding.
No, you're from Rich. K is for Kraken.
K is for Kraken.
C is for coal.
K is for Kraken rounds. Go Death Watch.
Would you like to know more?
P is for plunder. S is for steel. The thieves' alphabet.
B is for Bjorn.
Okay, I thought I might be able to buy myself a little more sandwich time there, but never mind. I'll do my GM duty. Don't you worry about that.
Do it.
So before we continue, I'd just like to go back to day 13, or rather to the very, very early hours of day 14. I want to go back to last night, after the events, and who could forget them? The strange events in Cell 54's holding pen. I want to ask, Nixios. You're exhausted. You spent all the night kind of cramming for the upcoming trade mission. You got back to the holding cell, and you discovered all this nonsense that had been going on. You engaged in an attempted assassination. No, disciplinary, let's say, of your own team, and you experienced sorcery or warpcraft of some form. You're developing in your very room as Tommy Lee warped into the painting itself. So you're exhausted, Nixios. Absolutely exhausted. Where are you going to sleep tonight? Where are you going to sleep tonight, Nixios? No reason. I just want to know. I'm in your bed. I'll just put you on Cell 54's chamber. Just check this is all right. Oh, it's not quite all right. Yeah, I'm not. I'll not put you on this map just yet. But Cell 54's chamber. You remember what that room looks like, right? Your bed's right by the painting.
Right, yeah. So,
You remember the I can't put you back on this map at the minute because there may or may not have been some changes to it. Just you remember? I mean, you must remember what that map looks like. We spent enough sessions in it. Where would you like to sleep? I mean, it's really the only decision from Nixios from that night because you're absolutely exhausted. You can sleep in this chamber, or you can try and put your head down somewhere else.
you know what? I really want to. Now the sentry guns that they have in Aliens. Need one of them.
I do.
Yeah.
You want to get some? I mean, you could request. I mean, you've already put in a call to the interrogator and to Jagannatha. You told them.
Yeah,
about
right.
this.
I'm going to bring
And,
the squad in from the back, and they will.
Give me request. You want some?
Yeah, I'm going to get them into run a vigil on the painting.
Okay. Very wise, that, James. So you basically call in a bit of support.
Yeah.
How convenient this is! How convenient! It's almost as if I foresaw this. I'm going to put you now on Cell 54's chamber, which is a new map. Do you see that?
Yep.
Gun service.
I predicted it. Yeah, so you got yourself a gun servitor. Basically, you've got your original squad of guards. You've also got reinforcements. So the cell is now. No, not even. Yeah, so these are the Inquisitorial Guard. The cell is now swarming. There's been a rapid response from the ship and the interrogator. So we've got excuse me. We've got 33 Nick Davenport, and then a whole host of Inquisitorial Guards and a gun servitor here.
Wow.
Okay, there's a couple of other bits of admin I wanted to sort out, which I'd left. Cletus, from day 14, you didn't really do your power play as such. Instead, you had a kind of a party. So I'd like to have that count towards working towards Carouse as part of your power play.
Oh well, thank you.
I mean, basically, you don't get to waste a day as such. A
day not wasted is a wasted day.
That is true.
That is very true. So, Cletus, would you make me a toughness test, please? And this is your progress towards Carouse and this is something that you gained by drinking the bad mash. And this is what you did during your power play day. Because you didn't actually get anything from that day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just make a toughness test. And this will work towards. This will be working towards scale. Is how we shall count that.
I'm on bloody hardest sheets for some reason.
Okay, you need to get into a different cell. I'll take this opportunity to cram a bit more sandwich into my gob.
I've got Cruise, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got.
No, I don't.
Good
Oh, no.
eating. Plus 10.
Got good eating. Mm-hmm. That's like a Bayou racial, let's say.
Okay. You can do it. Look.
Okay. So You get the original 1 base point, you get another 2 degrees, so you get 3 ranks of success towards cruise.
Blood mash is good for you.
See? Nothing, there are advantages to dicking about sometimes. So I'm just going to add that in while I remember to my spreadsheet, because I'm good at the administration.
Thanks, Alan. I appreciate that. That
it's me.
makes me feel like I've done an anime and like learned a skill somehow from being rubbish.
You've done a montage. A training montage.
I've learned resist poison from eating wrong berries.
Cool. So I'm going to put 3 ranks towards Cruise. There's another one of your characters kind of missed out on a day of power play. I'm not quite sure how to do this one, but it was Arnold. He basically did some. For his day of power play, he didn't do a lot, but one thing he did do was kind of like he had dress up day. He had a makeover session, so I don't really know how to convert that into disguise. Maybe, I don't know. Like, do you want to make a?
I mean, I
moving towards disguise a skill. I mean, that's probably the only thing that makes the most sense.
I thought it was just a bonding moment.
Put it into makeup. A makeup thing, so Arnie eventually gets some makeup skills off Quintius if he ever has to do a woman's hair. It's can't be XP do makeup and hair.
If you ever
could have it towards trade valet.
yeah, do it.
Excuse me, I'm still scoffing.
So,
you want makeup and hair? So makeup and hair, we'll call that trade valet. What do anyone know what that is? Is that off the top of your head, Dave? Is that intelligence?
Yeah.
Beautician. What intelligence?
I don't believe there is a beautician skill in Dark Heresy. But just if you want to make an intelligence roll, Arnold, then, and we'll see how you develop for your day of power play. I mean, it was a bonding moment as well, by the way, Dave.
Yeah,
I don't want him to waste a day of power play.
That's why I was thinking of it as a bonding day, and also a chance to make us look the part.
Yeah. I mean, that's all well and good. It's just that
makeup on like wall paint.
Okay, you're not very good at that. So. And there's
You're supposed to scare the enemy, not woo them.
One rank towards health and beauty. Okay, that probably won't come to any use. And there's one more thing I would like to roll.
Hang on
catch up on admin. Go
on. It's not intelligence; it's fellowship, valet.
Oh, what? Well, it still would have been. It would have been a lot worse.
It's still, I mean, the roll is still the same. Yeah. So
19.
You still get one. You get one rank towards it. Because you always get at least one, even if you fail the roll.
Okay. Wow,
so it's like a progress along a bar, and if you get extra ranks of success, it moves it quicker. So you get 1 degree of success towards health and beauty, Arnold.
Thanks.
And there's one more thing I'd like to roll, which I thought about after the game, and I'd like for Alexa to roll a D3, please.
A D3.
Mm-hmm.
Be D3 from Oriental. Fuck, I've started getting rid of sight for the next event. Sorry.
Who?
Good roll.
Alexa, you melded with Mother. You murdered Dominic Peter within his own armory, turning the combat servitor against him. You incinerated the crooked quartermaster. And with Mother, you scrubbed the feeds. You both enjoyed it. You both laughed. You both relished.
Good time.
But
Good time.
you gain for your sinful act, you gain 2 corruption points on Alexa.
Excellent.
Please, would you add them to your...
I will, yeah.
Gladly.
Gladly.
Well earned.
Okay. Nixios, you wake up in the morning. You go about your normal routine. You sleep well. There's no further interruptions. Nothing bad comes from the painting. It's just a painting. There's nothing to be worried about here, and you're surrounded by guards, gun servitors. Everything is locked down. No one could get in or out of here. But you immediately, you're actually awoken by one's inquisitorial guard who informs you something's happened during the night. It's the lizard man Cletus. He's no longer in his cell. He's vanished.
Well, that is great news. Don't have to deal with that freak anymore. Yay.
Oh, he is.
Freak or unique, both.
No, it's definitely freak.
Oh, well, I suppose. Well, there's no way you could have got in or out. More paint shenanigans.
What?
You know, we can go visible from the combat mission we've done, and it's told you before.
Right, I'll have a word with Jagannatha on the comms. I'm going to say this painting that Tommy Lee vanished into, and I've lost another mutant as well. I don't know where he's gone, but I suspect foul play. There's no way he could have got in and out. There's too many guards. Might have had. Did I see? I think I saw him chameleon, didn't I?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
Cletus is saying. So
But
I'll show you walls.
I imagine if I checked the doors and things, there'd be nothing on the doors. So I'll do that and then contact Jagannatha and say, nothing's gone in and out. Don't know where the lizard man's gone. But can we get some new quarters? And I don't know if you want to come and examine the painting, research the painting, see if there's any witchcraft involved. But these quarters are probably compromised now, seeing as we were attacked by demons despite the Killer Field being on. So we'll organise new quarters, and we're going to need new quarters for 33 while he gets hypno goggles. I mean, new eyes.
Jagannatha responds that he's on his way. He's getting yarn, and they'll be with you shortly. While you're in the holding cell, Nixios, one thing you do note as you waken is that the bad smell in the holding pen has subsided, and it's mostly gone. And you didn't realise, it's one of those things, you didn't realise just how bad it was getting. The stench of all this mutant filth and all the corruption and the bad cheese, and it's finally passing, but there's still a bit of bad smell in here, still the scent of the moonshine mash, and you realise it's coming from 33's cell. And as you're in the holding cell and you're talking Jagannatha, you hear 33 speak.
Oi! Oi! Anyone listening? I'm fucking starving down here! And I think I'm going to be sick.
I suspect you will be. Right, I'll go check on what's going on with 33.
You head over to his cell, and as you get closer, the smell of the bad mash gets stronger, and you realise it's coming out of 33. His body's processing the booze of death, and it's seeping out of his pores, and he stinks of the bad mash.
Oh.
And, you look at him, but you realise that he cannot see you back.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Fucking right. Right.
Hello? I'm fucking famished!
This is.
Hello!
Fucking hell.
I'm just going to fumble my way over to the toilet and drop my trousers and just start.
It's a reinforced toilet you've got in the cell. You might notice that the toilet here, it's larger than the toilets in the other cells as well.
Just going to start doing my business.
Got shots on it.
Unaware
that
that
Nixios is watching. Just making a bit of room.
Is it breakfast time yet?
Fucking hell, servicing is shit.
Silence responds to you.
No,
33.
I'm going to go get a hose.
Are you alone?
Yeah. That's what I was hoping.
Are you
you'd do.
requesting a servitor to come and hose him down?
Yes.
Okay, he
Absolutely.
comes in for a clean up servitor.
Acknowledge.
And before too long, a servitor comes in and starts to hose the cell down.
You've got some
33,
specific...
obviously, this is a bit of a surprise to you. It's a shocking blast of cold water that you're not expecting.
Oh, could at least let me get my trousers off. No, I'm going to have to sit in wet pants.
Fucking awesome.
Sorry, 33, but you're absolutely right at the moment.
Oh, no.
No, I'm having a good old wash.
You got loose.
I believe you survived all that match.
Oh, you know. I'm a tough
fucker,
fucker,
you know.
Years of practice in that,
you know.
Drinking
all
all
sorts.
Rip the folds. Rip the folds.
Go on there, shut the fuck up, voice in my head.
Rip the folds.
That's the servitor talking to you.
I'll live my tea. There you go. Get in there some bit of cheese or something.
Crumbs fall out, probably. Bits of food.
Compliance.
Oh, hang on.
It's almost as if the servitor talks with two different voices simultaneously.
That's because we've got two different voice box in, you know. It's
Must be a
non-standard.
technical malfunction.
It works on voice sampling.
Warning. Cheese detected. Warning.
I'm just
just
gonna,
Okay, so go on.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
I'm just
Just
gonna,
gonna,
all the time I'm
getting
getting
showered,
showered,
I'm talking to the servitor because I don't know it's the servitor, obviously.
No.
and
And
I'm just making small talk
because it's a bit awkward, I think, getting showered through a door.
Someone
Someone
be
be
like,
like,
oh, yeah, you love me, come here often, do you? You often hose down naked fat men first thing in the morning.
Compliance.
Compliance.
Who's compliance?
It's
It's a strange note.
Anyway,
Anyway,
what do I have to do to get some breakfast? I'm fucking famished.
I think. What time is it now?
That's a very good question, James.
Fucking
and I have to
breakfast
answer
time,
right for you. It's
Export.
about 8 a.m. and the servitor with breakfast should be coming up right away. There should only be a small delay.
Do you want a blow dry servitor as well?
I thought we had this conversation. Fade to black.
His other arm comes up and,
Black.
warm air.
Fade to black. Great kill, but you'll stop the game.
Okay, so a servitor arrives with some food, and just about the same time, two other people arrive. It's Yarn and it's Jagannatha. Yarn, you was asked to come and you comes in, asked to come and join and see what's going on here. You've been told about this, potential, this demonic incursion and this strange ongoing. So Yarn's been brought up to speed. Jagannatha's been walking with you. So now you've got two characters here at once. You're welcome to play either of them, or you're welcome to put one of them over to me to NPC. It's up to you. Leave that completely up to you, mate. So there's now 33 Nixios, Jagannatha, and Yarn within the holding cell. And also the food has arrived as well. And Jagannatha, he strolls in and goes, Nixios, excuse me. Ukraine. He says, Nixios, show me what has happened.
So this, check this painting out. So this was done by your boy Tommy Lee, and just as he was shot by the guardsman, he disappeared into the painting. Swallowed him up.
Interesting. Most interesting. And the guards, why were they shooting him?
Because I ordered them
It's
to.
just fucked.
I wouldn't know. Wouldn't obey orders.
I see. And Jagannatha, he stands very still there, and he seems to be focusing, and you start to feel the hairs on the back of your neck start to stand up. Yarn, you realise that Jagannatha is trying to perhaps form some form of, let's say, well, how to put this? He's attempting to do like a psioniscience test here, so he's attempting to determine any sort of residual use of psionics. You're welcome to assist him or to do your own test. Or what would you prefer to do?
Don't know who's got the better one. Nixios 42. I'll help him.
Okay. Jagannatha turns, and Yarn, you get the same feeling. He says, so you get the same information Jagannatha does. And Jagannatha says to you, Nick, he says, yes, there has been use of sorcery, warp, magic here. There are residual traces, but they have since passed. The painting itself is not a threat, but someone or something has torn a hole in the fabric of space and time and drew Tommy Lee, but who knows where. But also, I detect trace from one of the other cells, the same thing, a second portal in this very room. You are correct. This place has been compromised by the arch enemy. He starts to wander over to Cletus' cell. He says, yes, here too. The second portal, a second door. It seems that Cletus has also been taken. Perhaps they were in league.
So you can't tell if it's the same source.
He starts to focus again and starts to starts to persist with his investigation. And he says, "Surely they must be in league. The coincidence is too much, too suspicious. However, we shall endeavour to prove this." Are you assisting again, Jan? Did you say?
Sure, yeah.
Jagannatha says, yes, the same force, the same one is behind this. Coincidence was too much. to suspect otherwise, but I am sure it is the case. And Jan, also, you get the same feeling, 'cause you're kind of joined in with a almost with a communal ritual here. You're both kind of in line and testing the psychic energy that's in the room, and you believe the same thing. You think Jagannath is telling the truth. It's the same energy, it's the same force, and it is the force of the arch enemy.
Ooh. What about the demonic incursion?
And Jagannath says, yes, it is all connected. It is all the same. This place is compromised. We will contain it immediately. Perhaps together, and he looks at Jan, he says, perhaps together we can use circles to try and make this place safe once more.
Your mom.
Cell 54 has been split asunder.
About does Courtney turn up every morning now?
Well, yeah, she does, but she usually has a lie-in. She's often one for. I mean, for a start, she's not reliable. She's often one for having a lay-in. She often turns up when she's not expected, and sometimes turns up, earlier than expected. But more often than not, she's late. More often than not, she just sometimes she just forgets. But she doesn't always. She's not like she's part of your mission. She's part of Cell 54. But most days, when she's not working with you, Nixios, if you haven't got a special mission, she has been doing training with Jagannath and working on her psychic potential. So it's not unusual that she's not here at this moment. But she is technically part of Cell 54.
Well, I know where all the rest are, Jagannath. So, have you seen Courtney recently? Is she well?
Jagannath says, I have a appointment with her today for training. We train often. Her power is becoming most strong. Her affinity for the flame is most impressive. Shall we check on her, see that she's safe?
Yeah, I think so. If they've attacked us, then maybe they'll attack her as well.
Nice anti-metagaming. Sweet.
Jagannath says, don't need to deploy the chicken, do I?
No, not for that. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That was nicely done. That's how you metagame.
I think it was nicely done. That's how you metagame.
Yeah,
well done.
that's exactly how you should
I think it's and yeah, Jagannath goes, I agree. It's a good idea. We shall head there forthwith.
Head there what?
Let's move. Forthwith. Quiet you, 33.
Sorry.
But before we go, there is something else I must tell you, Nixios. Something important that I had almost forgotten. The Inquisitor has decreed that we assist you further here. You need assistance. Your team has been broken. We will need to bring in replacements to assist you. And we need to get to the bottom of all this fucking tomfoolery, murder, mischief, and mayhem that has been going on. Inquisitor will not stand for this lax carelessness, and he has brought in a special new recruit. He is being defrosted immediately.
Is it a chicken? Because I'm fucking famished.
Jagannath pointedly ignores 33. he will be assigned to your team, Nixios, but clearly you shall be taken up with trade mission shortly. So I shall assign him to Yarn, while Yarn is looking after the remnants of your team. You'll find them a new home. I'm not sure where yet, but that is detail. Yes, expect reinforcement. His name is Yuri. And that is where we shall leave that group for the moment.
Nice.
We shall then move on to a different group. A different combination of players. Lizard Man Cletus. Oh wait, let me first put you upon a map. Let me put you upon a map first. Lizard Man Cletus. You on a new map? Can you see it?
Aye, I can. Surrounded by demonettes.
Lizard Man Cletus, you open your eyes, you awaken. You share a luxurious bed with Courtney and Sausage. It is real, then. Part of you suspected that this was all hallucination after drinking the bad mash.
I'm gonna
But
hook
no.
them both.
Oh no, wait you fucking rush, sunshine. Let me give him a fucking monologue. Wait you fucking back the fuck up. I've still got another 5 fucking paragraphs to go. You fucking hell. You're hugging fuck all. No, it was real. Although the details seem to be fading now, fading to black. Sausage is awake, and Sausage is smoking his trademark funky IO stick, and he treats you to an exaggerated wink. Courtney is still asleep, softly snoring. She looks so peaceful and beautiful right now. And around the bed, there are 4 other creatures here. Sausage brought them here last night, impossibly twisted, repulsive, and yet impossible to ignore. Hermaphrodites whose limbs end in wicked claws, and 2 of them hold fans with which they relentlessly use to cool you down, to fan you. For the first time since coming on board this frigid ship, you finally feel warmth. Your cold blood moves again. The others hold delicacies to fortify hunger and thirst. The scent of these creatures, their musk, is beguiling and a powerful aphrodisiac. These creatures did not join in last night. That was just for the 3 of you, for your unholy trinity. And Sausage curses. He goes, fuck, forget you saw any of that. And he clicks his fingers, and there's a charge of force in the air, and the demonic servants vanish.
Sausage is my new favourite.
And now, Hayden, if there's something you'd like to do, I finished my fucking monologue. Feel free. Do as you like. What do you want to do, buddy? Sorry if I get bitter. Sorry if I get bitter when they jump in when I'm monologuing.
Just gonna stay there scared in bed because the game shouts me again. What I do is like, I look at Sausage, give him a long wink and go, I'm not gonna tell no one about your bitches, boy.
He goes, no, sorry, I'm getting accent mimicry there. Let me just Sausage, let me just get into
Come here, brother. Do you want to get in with these big old arms of me and get another hug in? I like
it was some fucking night. At the minute, you got Courtney in between you, and and he goes, The sausage goes, yeah, that was some night, wasn't it? That was something fucking special, although it's all getting a little hazy.
It's one for the Mega Banks. So
yeah, it's definitely one for the banks. The bank, yes, it's a good one. Courtney, you're still snoring softly. It's just Sausage and Cletus at the minute, and
hey, Sausage. I saw those bitches there earlier. Had food. Bloody starving. Can you bring one of them back?
And
we'll have a bit of a feed right now.
Yeah, it's hungry work. What we got up to, wasn't it?
Woken up. I think I've lost at least 30% of my fluids.
Got quite the appetite, quite the hunger upon me. Yes, that's a good idea. And Sausage tries to disentangle himself from Courtney. At this point, Courtney, you're just slightly awake, and you awaken, and you see to one side there is Lism and Cletus, to the other side there is Sausage, and you are nestled in between them. You're warm, you are safe, Courtney, and you feel good. And you both, Courtney and Cletus, for last night's escapade, you both receive 1 fate point.
Ooh.
Yeah. Fate.
Well, now we know how to get fate points in Alan's game. Guess what I'm doing next?
Dear. So please, if you be so kind as to add a fate point to your character sheets for your unholy coupling last night. Courtney, you wake up, and there's a funky smell in the air. A funky smell. And last night, Courtney, it's all fading a little bit to black. The details, so hazy. We don't need to dwell on them.
Morning, boys.
Oh, it's lady herself.
Wait, Courtney, how are we doing, my lady, my majesty? Can I get you anything? Something to eat, something to drink, perhaps?
Hey, I just seen Courtney. This man can get us some food.
Some, got any Amasec?
Amasec, coming round. Not a problem, Courtney. For you, nothing is too much. I've told you I'm here for you. Anything you need, anything you require. You need your lizard man boyfriend porting through the stars. I've done it for you, and I can get you some Amasec. I can get you something to drink. I can get you a nice bit of breakfast. I can do that. And
thanks very much.
He jumps off the bed.
Cheers, Sausage, you're a doll. You're an imp of many talents.
Yes, indeed. Many talents, many powers. But those powers are just in their infancy right now. They will become so much more. Me and you, we're going all the way to the top.
Hey, this
is just the beginning.
What's at the top?
1 minute, Sausage.
What's at the top, Sausage?
Well, yes, I mean, that's ultimate power. That's right at the top. Well, name's going to be written across the stars.
That sounds good.
You will become an actual goddess.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
It's all planned out.
Oh, what do I have to do? Do I just have to do my thing?
Yeah, there's not any cost at all. There isn't a cost.
Oh,
I don't know why you keep asking about the cost. There's nothing you need to worry about, Courtney. You can trust me. I'm a trustworthy guy.
Yeah, you look pretty trustworthy.
You can.
You are real, aren't you?
I'm
you are real. She's gonna reach out.
Okay. Yeah, and he's real. He's warm, and he brings back. He's done something off in the corner, and he comes back with it seems like a little tray of grapes, drinks, little cuts of meat. Is that you making an evaluate test, like a scrutiny sort of test there? See if he's trustworthy.
Well, no, it's more for listeners.
What's that for, please?
No, whether's like I've got my own ideas, but I'm more for the character as doing it as rolling it for myself.
You have no idea how much this imp is worth.
It was like a dice roll I wanted to do for myself to make up my mind.
Cletus, you're of the opinion, you've lived upon the bay, something's too good to be true. It often is. So, do you trust this weird little creature? No, of course you don't. Don't be ridiculous. Who would, in their right mind, trust what they're hearing right now? But for all his faults, he's got you out of your cell. He's freed you from the explosive collar.
And he's really good in bed.
He has mopped you down. He has mopped you down. He has done things with you, to you, last night that we don't need to dwell on. He's been a friend to you, and you know, you're willing to give him a chance. And more importantly, or perhaps as importantly, anyway, he's also warm, and the room is warm. And you were so sick of this cold, frigid ship, and you missed the heat of the Bayou world, and you're warm again.
So sausages. Yeah.
So we keep this to ourselves, yeah?
Yeah, it'll be our little secret. Yes, we don't tell anyone, not to be fucking stupid. I mean, they'll kill us. They'll kill us all. Yes, yes. They're on their way. They're on their way. No, I mean, they might be on their way. They're on their way now.
Oh, right.
They're on the way now. You you know that? Do you know that sausage?
Call it a hunch.
I'm just gonna go chameleon then, and hide in the cupboard or under the bed.
Sausage, can you make it so that no one else can see or detect either yourself and
Let me have a go myself. Let me have a go chameleon, man.
Except me.
Well, I mean, let's just break this down, Courtney. I mean, we're some fucking trouble here. But no, you want what? Sorry, what are you asking? You ask whether you can turn.
I just want I want you two to be invisible to everyone but me.
Don't worry about that. They're not going to catch me. I'm too wily. Sausage is too cunning. But
and I just fade out of view.
Okay, so you're okay. You cast chameleon for now.
Cool.
Sausage says, "Yeah, we're in fucking trouble here. But yeah, we can we'll reconvene in a little bit now. But Cletus, you be so kind. If you come with me, Courtney, you can just act innocent. Courtney, just act innocent. Don't let on to anything. I'll protect you, Courtney. You've got nothing to fear."
He hurriedly puts the toys back into the drawer.
We faded to black, Courtney. Now put some fucking clothes on. Okay, so Sausage walks up to the wardrobe, opens the wardrobe and says, "Come on, big boy, in here with me."
All right.
Beckoning to you, Cletus.
Yeah, follow Sausage to the wardrobe because after all, it's nice and warm.
And it says, and after, by the way, I've changed your allegiance. By the way, Lizard and Cletus, I've changed it on your character sheet from Nixios to Courtney. No, your allegiance is now to Courtney. Okay.
My allegiance is Courtney. Sorry, that's
so I will. Sausage opens the wardrobe. And he says, "Quick, hop in. I remember Courtney will be our little secret, and we'll talk later, me and you. It's gonna be great.
Oh, wait.
And just remember, there's no cost."
And she just gives her a dangerous away to them both, and a wicked smile as they disappear into the cupboard.
And he gives you an impish grin for, as well. And but before he goes, "Oh shit!" And he clicks his fingers again, and the grapes and the selection of cold meats and the tray of breakfast vanishes, and there's a little smoky tray. And you're left, Courtney, in your own room. You're all alone.
I should probably get in the shower.
You're going to get in the shower? Okay.
Yeah.
And you start to have yourself a hot wash. Nixios, Jaganatha, Yarn, and sure, why not? No, let's not. We can't do that. That'd make no sense. I was going to say let's bring 33 along, but we can't do that. It's preposterous. So Yarn, Nixios, Jaganatha, and a squad of inquisitorial guards. You find yourself in the Indulgence, outside Courtney's room. And Jagannath knocks upon the door. Courtney, you're inside the shower.
Oh.
You hear the door go?
She shouldn't hear it first. She's like,
Okay.
was that the door? Is there like an intercom type thing, like in the bathroom?
Not in the bathroom itself. There'll be one by the door.
All right, she's gonna turn off the shower and just sort of like get herself wrapped up in put on a dressing gown or something like that, silky one, and then just walk out, pad out to the thing like hello on the intercom.
And you hear Jagannath's voice on the other side. He goes, Courtney, are you well?
Oh,
It is
very well.
Jagannath. I am here with Nixios. And
Hello,
Jan.
Jay. All right, so he's oh, you best come in then. Do excuse me, I'm just going out of the shower. Like, she's going to open the door and then go back into the bathroom. Come in. Like that. Going to get dressed.
Okay. So Jagannath, Nixios, and Jan, you find yourself in Courtney's chamber. It's a luxurious room, well fitted.
Was Courtney there for the demonic incursion?
Courtney was. So was... Who else was there? Yeah, pretty much all of Cell 54 was there. So yes, Courtney's just getting dressed. She's not in the main room, so it's just you, Jagannath, Jan, and Nixios in a chamber at the moment.
She's going to pick her out the door and go, red or green? With two dresses.
I'd like, please, for Nixios and for Jan, I'd like both your characters to make an awareness test, please. Courtney pops her head in and asks about the dress, and Jagannath goes, definitely the red.
Right, you are. Very well. Yes, I was thinking that. She's going to get herself ready, do her hair as well, quickly, and then walk out and go, oh, right. It's a bit early for our appointment, isn't it? And she's going to come in, sit down on a chair with one.
Jagannath says, we were worried. There has been strange disturbance in Cell 54's holding chamber.
What kind of disturbance? What kind of disturbance?
Okay. I just want to... I'm going to send Nixios. Is this on Nixios' character, presumably? I'm going to send you a message.
Yeah, that's Nix.
I'm going to send you a message, please, if you check on Messenger.
Please let it not be a little demonic tail sticking out the bottom of a wardrobe.
One of his arms, one of Cletus's arms is just trapped in the door.
Almost.
Sausage trapped in between the wardrobe doors.
You're not invisible. You're using chameleon. It doesn't make you invisible.
No, it doesn't.
No, I'm harder to detect. Come on. Oh, who's on a 6.1?
Who's on 6.10?
Oh no, rumbles.
Round his eyes. Can't get past it.
I mean, 6 degrees of success is nothing until there's an opposed concealment roll.
I
didn't ask you for a concealment roll, Cletus. I just asked for an awareness test. I've sent you a message. I sent you a message, Nixios.
Hey.
So Courtney goes, what kind of disturbance? And Jagannath goes, of the worst kind. There's been...
What's the worst kind?
The force of the Arch Enemy has moved against Cell 54.
No.
We saw the demonic incursion yesterday, and now Tommy Lee and Lizardman Cletus have both escaped the chamber via
Yeah.
means
Well,
of
Tommy
portals.
Lee.
The same power is behind them.
He's
He's
lost
as mad
with
as a
the,
2-bob watch, yes, but no.
Yes, he is. He is. Aren't we all? Yeah, that's a bit of a loss. We need to get him back because he's painting, doing some painting for me. Doing some painting on my armor for me. It's bloody marvelous. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, you're missing out there. It's quite special.
Did
Cletus, you say?
Tommy paint something for Courtney?
He did. He painted armor.
He's been painting some of her armor.
Yeah.
He was working on. He was going to do the whole armor thing, and he was basically doing all sort of a flowery,
psychedelic sort of
flowery
thing. I did the helmet, and I
so
was working on the chest piece.
He did a bit. He did a bit of work on the carapace armor as well as on the painting on the wall.
Got real talent, that man. Real talent.
Courtney, where's that armor that Tommy painted for you?
Oh, where is it? I thought it was back in the thing, or
I believe it probably was still back in the room. It's not clearly defined. Let's be honest. Where it is, so it could be with you.
Maybe it was the helmet. The helmet was finished, so I would have probably given her the helmet back.
Yeah. So the helmet might well be. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So you've got the helmet with you. Maybe the chest plate's still back in the room, still with a work in progress.
Right, she's gonna go to the wardrobe.
Okay.
I'll pass you the helmet.
Excellent. And I'm just gonna.
Whoa. Hold on, guys. I must remind you, if you be so kind. I must remind you, guys, Hayden and Johnny, that I am the GM here, and I would please ask you not to just write the game for me. Allow me to do that for you, if you'd be so kind.
Yeah.
If you'd be so kind, Hayden. So, are you going to the wardrobe and opening it? Do you say?
I'm only ever so slightly with my body concealing the opening of the wardrobe. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. As you open the wardrobe, it seems as if there's nobody in there. You can't see any trace of either Cletus or Sausage.
I see the helmet though.
Cletus does not pass you the helmet, but the helmet is there.
I will pick it up.
You prick. Jagannatha says, yes, two of Cell 54 have gone AWOL and seem to have employed the energies of the Arch enemy. We came here to check that you were safe and to run some psychic scans.
Oh, right. Is that really necessary?
It is for own safety, Courtney. You know that I treasure you greatly, and I would never see you come to harm.
Oh, all right then. Do your thing.
Yes,
she's gonna go and pick up the glass of ammo set.
I say all the food and drink has already vanished.
Oh right, okay.
Courtney, not Courtney. Sorry, Sausage did away with that before he left.
She's gonna go first. Go and get some recap. Anyone?
And Jagger goes, "Yes, I am parched."
She has a slight spring in her step this morning.
Yeah.
She's did a good night.
Okay, so Jagannatha and Yarn, they start to close their eyes, and Courtney, you can sense, the use of Nixios to try and determine psychic reading in the room. It's a talent that you also have.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to roll separately this time, or assist? You're not going to assist?
No.
No?
Fuck no.
Did you want to roll separately?
Can I pretend to assist?
Of course you can.
I'm just going to pretend to assist.
Okay, please do.
That'll work.
Did you want to roll separately, Brownie, or did you want to...
This is all going to go terribly wrong. I've got a horrible feeling it's all going to go terribly wrong.
Believe in us. Believe in us. Honestly,
I believe.
The Vats and Buttons, it's time to be shit.
Yeah. They made believe that.
Just go on, die switch us together, guy.
So, sorry, James, I missed that. What did you say, buddy?
I'll help Jagannatha out like I have been doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Jagannatha closes his eyes. Yarn, you are assisting him with his reading of the room.
One
and
lump or two.
Jagannatha goes, I like my recap like I like my women.
In a cup.
Black and sweet.
Oh, I'll give you three.
No, but
Three lumps,
you actually already know how Jagannatha takes his recap.
Yeah.
And he has it without re-milk and with free
Milk.
seconds.
I thought three's the magic number.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
Jagannatha and Yarn, there is no residual traces of any magical or sort of psionic energy within the room, no traces of any sorcery. You do pick up, however, well, there's a couple of things. Firstly, there is Courtney. It gives you off a reading. She's clearly a psychic, but you knew that already. There's also a slight discrepancy, let us say, coming from the helmet, the painted helmet. There's some sort of, something almost hidden within the psychedelic flowers. Some kind of pattern.
Twisted.
And Jagannatha goes, It seems that Tommy Lee is not all that he appears to be. A crazy, mad, cheese-eating weirdo.
Slash artist.
I mean,
Slash artist.
that is what Tommy is. You've literally just defined him in a handful of words. I don't know what you're saying about there's been more to it.
She goes slash artist, and then she brings his hands over the recap to Jagannatha.
Jagannatha takes a sip and he goes,
I know how you like it. That was the first lesson you taught me.
You are precious to me, Cole.
Oh, you
I have
precious.
told you this before. You are more important than you realize. Your safety is paramount. It seems clear to me, and Yarn, you agree, Jagannatha's not lying. It seems clear to me that you are safe here. But we must take the helmet, the carapace helmet, and take it from you. It has been, perhaps, it is not safe for you to wear this, Cole.
Oh, if you say so, then it's I believe you. And then she hands it. She sort of goes over and she goes, yeah, take it by all means. It's and then she's going back. Goodbye, Tommy's handiwork. Bye.
And he looks at you, Yarn, and he says, I suggest we put this item with other prescribed items in containment.
What about the room? What about the room, man? We can't put that in containment.
Which, you mean Cell 54's chamber?
Yeah, man.
Yes, we must work on this as matter of priority. We will try and make it safe as best we can using the circles.
Yeah, so my room's okay. There's no monsters under the bed or anything, is there? And she's gonna just jump on the bed and just look over and with a butt in the air and just basically look under the bed.
Jagannatha pointedly doesn't cop a look, and he looks under the bed, and he says, "No, my dear, there are no monsters here."
Well, I feel safer with you here, Jagannatha. Thanks for coming. We're still on for our appointment later.
Yes. You show much promise with your mastery of the flame.
Oh, it's because I've got a good teacher.
And Jagannatha allows himself a smile. Let's have a charm roll, please, and let's check what your reputation is with Jagannatha.
Okay.
Where is
that one.
Having a look. Okay, so Courtney has. Let's roll a charm. Jagannafa. Oh, actually, you have +10 with Jagannafa.
Oh, her charm's terrible. She's got 12.
Okay, we'll roll it and add a +10.
That's because she's a weird bitch.
She is pretty weird, to be fair.
Is she the weirdest one in this fucking freak show? I don't believe it.
I reckon Cletus is most normal.
Probably.
It looks like a mutant.
That's almost certainly true.
That's got to be a terrible result. Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, so Jagannafa smiles at you. You don't realise that maybe there's something, something about the way you said it. But you don't realise, But he smiles to you. He makes you think that you're being charming and lovely. He smiles at you, and you melt a little bit.
Oh.
Jagannafa turns to Nixios and says, I believe you are required upon the bridge. We are approaching Ridge Station. We'll soon leave the warp.
Understood, Jagannafa. Let's get going.
He says, we will talk soon. Yarn and I will continue our work aboard ship while you are gone on trade mission. We'll see what we can uncover. And also, we will soon be joined by Yuri, who will aid us in our investigation.
Can't wait to meet you. He's going to be cool. You can just tell.
Me either.
Okay. Right.
So are they leaving or?
Yeah, I think that's where we'll leave unless anything else. So
he's going to.
we'll leave this
we head out.
As they leave, he's going to basically just turn around, and be like against the door, and be like
take a bit of a breather.
Yeah.
Yeah. As Nix leaves, he'll be like, "Oh, well, at least one of us had a good night last night."
And Jagannafa goes,
Did it smell like sex in there?
What do you mean?
Well,
Jagannafa
looks like she spent the night with somebody.
I see.
Nick's got a black light.
It's perhaps.
Well, Gel.
It's perhaps rude of us to. She. I must confess, she is known for certain appetites. She has been known. She has been known to go to Crow and take fellows back. She has healthy appetite.
Has Nixios got blacklight vision built into augmetic eyes, and he's just looking around the room going, "Holy shit! There's jizz everywhere!"
Oh, do you know what? I didn't even think about blacklight.
You can. Okay, I mean, if you want Nixios, you can. The thing is, you've made your awareness test, and you've also got like your Auspex skull, if you like, helping out with that sort of scenario.
And the fact that you're stuck to the carpet and the door handle and the end of the bed.
Well, okay, so just to metagame a bit here, guys. So Sausage has done a little bit of wand waving, and he's kind of obviously hidden some things to a degree, because obviously I'm enjoying this far too much to let this get immediately terminated. So you are aware, Nixios, that Courtney's probably had someone back last night. However, you're not aware that sorcery has been used to pull Cletus. Now, you're not aware that Cletus has been there or any of that, but it is quite clear that something went on last night.
From all the jizz.
There was still some evidence left back there. Hold on, Dave. I mean, normally I thought I'd have to tell off.
Is it because
Jonathan,
Courtney?
Hold on. I thought I'd have to tell off Jonathan and Hayden. I didn't think that I'd have to start going on at you.
Is it because Courtney answered the door like this?
Everyone
we faded to black. We faded to black, Dave.
Did Courtney answer the door like this?
There's an unspecified level of jizz in that room. We don't need to dwell upon the details, Dave. And if you guys won't stop fucking about, I'll bring the whole game now. We can just stop this fucking farce right now. I'll do it. Dave, I'm going to tell. I just want you to, Dave, just remember, if I'm telling you off for being more naughty than Johnny and Hayden, then you're the fucking problem here, Dave.
Oh, come on.
You're the... Come on, what? That's... Just listen to what I'm saying.
Dave, rein it in.
Yeah, Dave,
Yeah,
rein
Dave.
it in,
I'm not
Dave,
saying
you
anything.
bellend.
I don't know what your problem is.
Dave.
I think I've made my position perfectly clear, Dave.
I'm sure.
You're being...
You're making a big drama about it. You've turned into my mum. Calm
Dave.
down.
There's no drama, Dave. No drama, Dave. I'm just saying there's an unspecified level of jizz. You don't need to keep dwelling on the jism, Dave.
Is it like there's something
It's
about
just a
Mary?
detail. We don't...
Has she got a massive quiff?
And we're going to move on. We're going to move on from.
That's probably
from
for the
that
best.
scene.
Yeah.
I think we've dwelled too long. We've dwelled too long. Go on.
Can
Sorry, go on.
who
No,
does?
let's stay here. What's up next?
Yeah, who does? Who do I contact to find out who went in and out of her room last night?
Who do you contact? Oh, you want to check out ship security. So you have access. You have access to that. So you can check for all the records. You can check various servitors. You see, there's also quite a strong presence, surveillance presence in this area of the ship, more so than other areas of the ship. You realise it's locked down. It's got more security, more servo skulls. You see that she did not bring anyone back to her room. You see that Melissa walked past her at one point, but they're the only people you see. So she definitely went back to her room alone last night at Nixios.
All right, let's stop by Melissa.
Okay. Right. So you're going to go off and you're going to cross-reference Melissa, and that's what you're going to do next. Well, Nixios, you are needed on the bridge, but you can leave it with Yarn if you like.
No.
To take call. You want to do it? Okay. Damn it, the timeline! Okay, no, it's fine, it's not a problem. The timeline's already fucked. So you can go and cross-reference Melissa, that's not a problem. But we're going to leave that scene there, we'll leave Nixios there.
Cross-examine.
Yeah, because Nix has got total recall. So it's going over that room in his head and something's not adding up.
Something's not adding up. Okay. We're going to...
yeah, in fact, before he leaves, how long is it going to take him to look through the feed?
So let's say it'll take approximately... It's not difficult to check the ship's records. You have all the authority. I'd just like to have a tech use test out over next to help speed it along. Yes, it doesn't take you very long at all. You're proficient with the ship's systems. You spend a lot of time interacting with the ship's controls. Doesn't take you long to bring up the information that you need. Probably takes you about 10 minutes to do a thorough job to check that she didn't leave the... there's not a complete coverage. So you can tell she's seen several times. And she's seen especially coming back into the indulgence itself. And she didn't leave the crow with a man or a woman. The person who was nearest to her before she went back into her room, like I say, was Melissa, who you see leaving her room, and she's been crying, weeping. Why? Why is she so upset? It's not clear. And she seemed to be carrying all of her possessions, all of her important possessions. She's got like rucksack with all of her gear on it, and she was leaving hurriedly and with tears streaming down her eyes, but no one seems to care about Melissa.
So she's not in her room anymore then?
Yeah, so you can go and check. She's no longer in her room, and you will be able to find out what happens to her, but we'll come back to that. We're going to move on to something else for the moment. We're going to leave that scene there for just a moment. While I take a second, I'm going to go for a slash.
It feels
and catch my fucking breath.
It feels good to get away with stuff.
Well, it doesn't.
Like
It doesn't sound like you got away with fuck all, mate. So we'll just we'll see how we go. So.
Yeah, it's you're on to me. You're on to it. But if only you knew the depths of her heresy. It's so bad. So very bad. Probably the worst it could possibly be.
Luckily for you, I have to leave the ship.
The party will continue later. But yeah, I'm still not sure. This is unknown territory for me as well. Like, I'm not really sure how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to try and blag it. That's all I can do, really.
Yeah.
It's Court is a bit too chaotic to be for me to formulate any sort of plan. It's just a think on your feet sort of character, I think. So I've got, like, Alexa's completely different. She's sort of got, like, long-term goals and stuff, but Courtney's just sort of in the moment. Clearly.
Well, I've straight built my guy to be an unseen assassin, like, straight up.
Got me a bodyguard. Got me a bodyguard.
I've straight up built him to be, like, an amazing unseen assassin with his fluid skills and stats. So I feel like if you get to start targeting me, I will murder you in your sleep. That's what players do. Leave me be.
Nobody knows no one will ever find out.
Nobody. Cletus might even start, like, a new breed of lizard people down in the lower decks. It's a new Bayou folk.
Okay, guys. Shall we? Are ready to move on away from this metagaming section?
Yes.
And
I was on about, like, making lizard folk in the bottom of the ship for, like, a contingency of children.
Gonna make. Is that going to be your new fate? Okay.
My new legacy. Side quest.
Side quest. Okay. Right. So, guys, I'm gonna move it along. We'll come. James, we're gonna come back. So, what will happen is that you will determine that Melissa is currently located within the medical bay. It'll take you a little while, and you'll head over to meet her. The med bay is not a million miles away from the luxury quarters. But we'll come to that bit in some time. At the minute, we've perhaps dwelled there a little bit too long. So I'd like to move on to another section of the game. We're getting there, guys. We're nearly there at Ridge Station. Don't worry. We'll get there today. Maybe not, but nearly. Oh no, I don't know any. I don't care anymore. Right, guys. So, is everyone here? Everyone ready to continue?
Yep.
Let's just check. Yep, you're okay. Also, James, I say, Yuri. The first sensation that you feel is that of cold. You remember the procedure. Dr. Festus Bucket showing obvious signs of malignancy. And the Technomancer, more machine than man. They put you in the cryo coffin. Fluids filled your lungs, and the freezing was more painful than that of the injuries that you have taken up until now. It was a long journey across the stars, they said. You won't feel a thing, they said. But they lied. They told you that you wouldn't dream. It was a lie. The cold seemed to last forever. But now, the nurse offers you hot drinks and piles fleeces around you whilst you thaw. They seem concerned. It isn't a given, or rather it wasn't a given that you would come out of a hibernation in the same state you went into it. Cold, deep in your bones. But there isn't any time. The interrogator wants to speak with you as soon as you're able. Are you well enough to speak, Yuri?
Da. I am well enough.
Yuri, you've got to turn off 33, mate.
Oh no, that's not 33.
That's I've pulled this maneuver several times. It's very easy to get stuck on a voice.
No.
Anyway, I'm just
That's,
just give me a
that's
second.
not 33. 33 is something else. This is Yuri. I am well enough to speak.
If you gone full Idris Elba.
Sounds like Mr. Freeze, ironically.
Oh, fantastic. So, just to give you a quick description, Yuri, you're in the medical bay. You're cold. You're being seen by a doctor. You don't recognise the doctor. It's not Dr. Festus. It seems to be another doctor. There's also a nurse with you as well.
Mhm.
And the doctor, I'm just going to get into my accent. Look at all those fancy little napkins. That's not right. And he goes, oh God, I can't do Southern anymore. Let me just try again. Well, I don't know about all that. No, that's more Texas. Anyway, he goes, are you well enough to... you well enough, you say? You can move? It's the interrogator. He wants to speak to you straight away.
I am functional. I am feeling a little sluggish, but that will go in time. I am sure.
No.
You're not Putin, are you? Putin voice mod.
No, that's mostly my accent. The voice mod's just making it deeper.
The happy accent. And the doctor, he goes, my name is Dr. Cobb, and we'll see you straight over to the interrogator forthwith. And a servitor comes and moves your bed, takes you out of the med bay, and he takes you to another room. And in the room, you see the interrogator. This interrogator, Aaron Mattis, his face is a mass of plasma scars. Yuri, you can tell that he's taken battle damage, but it's strange. It seems strange that he has not had augmetics done on the right side of his face where the burns are. You can see he's had a bionic eye fitted. His eye has been replaced, but there's no sign of the actual ear being replaced at all. And all there is like a ruined hole caused for Johnny where his ear was.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And he sat down at a small table, and Yuri, you've been rolled in with this bed. And the interrogator, he gestures towards a chair that he's set in front of this table. Now I need to change accent again. Just give me a second. I can do Scottish, no problem. Do Scottish. It's fucking easy. And the interrogator, he says, "Hey, can you get up from the bed, mate?"
Yes. I am sluggish, not a cripple. Is that coming through all right, or is it like chopping about?
Hey, it's hard to understand you. Maybe it must be a side effect of the cryo coffin procedure.
Wait a second.
You know, it's...
Hang on.
Hey, you're good. Now you're good, Sean Connery. Join me.
There we go. Is that better? There we go.
Yes.
Aye, that's better.
I'm gonna
Yes,
say
it's a known consequence of the cryo coffins.
yes.
Yes,
I have
heard
heard such things spoken of.
Please, can you stand?
Yes, I am recently awakened, not newborn, dear. And I'm going to stand up.
Nice. Okay, so you stand. There's a crank of augmetics. You stand. You are not a newborn deer. You don't fall over. And you stand on your own 2 feet for the first time. You don't know how long, but you feel like it must be years since you were frozen. Years in the coffin.
Interrogator. How long has it been?
Hey, Smoke. He offers you an IO stick. First one's the best out of deep sleep, they say.
I take it. I reach for my pistol and realise I'm not armed.
Oh no, there's no. Say no. Oh yeah, sorry, that's it. So you reach for your pistol, and goes, "Hey, here's a light. Here's a lighter." Say none of your equipment's there, is it? So he just there in your medical gear, and he offers you a lighter.
I nod at him and I say, "Spasibo."
He goes, "Sit. It's been 3 years since you were put under."
Not as long as it feels like.
Hey, well, you shouldn't have felt anything. It should have been a deep sleep. You should have woken. It shouldn't have felt like any time had passed.
So I was told. But often what we are told is not reality, Interrogator.
Hey, too true is that. So the interrogator offers he lights your IO stick, and then he takes one for himself. And he leaves the packet and the lighter in front of you.
I'm just going to eyeball it for a moment. Take a big drag, smoking about a third of the cigarette in one massive pull.
You went from Russian there to it sounds almost Scouse. I don't know why.
That was just me not using an accent, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
there.
I know, but it's no. What I mean is the voice mod's obviously still going.
Yeah.
Without your accents.
All right, there, I'm Yuri.
So when he goes, I'm glad you're feeling better, Yuri. I hope you're ready for work. Well, we need your help.
Always ready to serve, Interrogator.
The interrogator, he seems warm, he seems accepting. Although his face is just a mass of plasma burns, his right ear little more than a knob.
I'm looking at that right here the whole time. I'm talking to him as well.
Yeah, one thing you notice, Yuri, one thing that stands out to you is he turns, as he talks to you, he turns his good ear towards you slightly. Just a little mannerism that you pick up on. Mm-hmm. The Inquisitor is determined that you would be the perfect addition to our crew at this time. He's been saving you for just the right moment, Yuri. You see, crime is rampant. Discipline is growing lax. We need you. I don't know where my accent's going now.
This is all over, but it is acceptable.
Hey there. There's too many crimes, Yuri. Too many souls going missing in suspicious circumstances. There's been a murder. We need answers. We need answers. We think we have a serial killer on board.
A murder.
What can you tell me about this serial killer?
He passes over a data slate. He says, "Hey, we've put together as much information as we can, but it seems his modus operandi is multiple stabbing and leaving the bodies on display like some kind of grotesque deviant.
A shanker.
A shanker. Hey, lad. You know the type. And they're
Total shanker.
I'm going to look over the data slate briefly. I'm going to frown. Then I'm going to grimace. Then I'm going to nod. Then I'm going to smile a little. And then frown again. Good. This is enough to begin.
If only this serial killer was the only problem that we've got. There are many. I've put together a few different files here. Look, there are mutineers on board, we think. Seditionists. There are people who have turned their coats. We had an uprising recently that was put down in the port broadsides, and the leader of this cell was questioned harshly and confessed that there were others, cells of traitors on board. We want you to hunt them out.
Flicking through the data slate. This is the chief. Yes?
Yeah, aye. The chief.
I will find this chief. It strikes me you have...
Alive!
Of course, as you wish. It strikes me you have something of a discipline problem aboard this vessel.
Aye, and that's why we turn to you, Yuri, and your special skills.
Yes. I will assist where I can.
Aye, good. And a final thing. As if a serial killer and a bunch of mutineers weren't enough, we also believe that there are agents of the Arch enemy on board. You see, we have had recent reports that several members of the crew have been disappearing into paintings and the walls, vanishing into thin air. Hunt them down, Yuri!
Unless
down
things
the
have
traitors.
Unless things have changed in 3 years while I sleep, yet do not sleep. Disappearing into painting is not normal.
Aye. It must be heresy, Yuri. Heresy. Hunt them out. The full authority of the Inquisitor shall follow you.
Gives a little nod. As you command, interrogator.
Aye.
I'm going to stand up. What am I wearing? Am I just in my pants or am I naked?
Yeah, at the minute you are just in your medical pants.
My standard issue.
Standing up.
Medical pants. I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna give a kind of Emperor approved salute in your pants. And Aquila, a short bow. I will begin at once.
Hold on a minute, lad. Let's get you your things, and I also want to introduce you to a good man. He'll be helping you. He's here for greater things. You see him comes in. He goes, "Hey, Sergeant Rastlin, coming in here." Then walks a stormtrooper.
What's his name? Sorry.
Sergeant Rastlin.
We've met him before.
And you have met him before a while ago. He's been a bit of a bit part.
Yep.
But he introduced you guys to the Crow.
Yep.
He's the one who actually took you down there. He's also been involved a bit in the kind of dog meat kebab enterprise. He was involved in the orbital assault. But he's just been a bit part really. But you have met him before.
Okay.
And he goes, "We're putting a squad of stormtroopers at your command. Rastin will guard you back and kill for you. The Inquisitor fears that some of the criminals will try and end your life.
They are welcome to try. Interrogator. Many have.
The interrogator, he also says, and there's one more thing. Aside from your gear that you brought with you, the Inquisitor assigned a particular protection to you. As I say, he seems to have foreseen that you will come under attack. Here. And he puts over this clunky device, and he says, "Field technology. Are you familiar with it, Yuri?"
I have heard of such things. but
never
experienced.
No.
Hey, the power cell on this refractor field is limited, so use it wisely. It'll last 20 minutes in total only. And we don't have another battery. We're working on one, though. But while the field is active, you should be immune to such pathetic attacks as might come against you. At least we hope.
And if not, I have another arm and leg. That was joke.
Sorry, I missed that. Another
arm and leg.
I see you got a spare. And the interrogator, he kind of laughs, and you actually seem to genuinely amuse them. Yeah, sorry, Dave, I didn't actually hear that, so obviously it makes it tricky one. He goes, "Hey, now let's get the rest of your gear here. It's all in this case now." The interrogator works slowly and methodically, and he starts bringing out all of your equipment in front of you. He places your uniform, places your bolt pistol along with the ammunition, the canisters, the flame canisters. You already have the data slate. And next he draws the chain sword, and it's all beside also the refractor field. And the chain sword is master crafted. You see, you don't forget how, you'll never forget how it came to you. And finally, Yuri, he passes you your officer's hat. And the hat, it really ties it all together, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Hey, Commissar Yuri. I task you with hunting down the fugitives, uncovering the traitors, and finding our missing crew. You accept a God Emperor's task.
I'm going to make the sign of the Aquila, bow, and go, I serve, interrogator.
Aye. Give 'em hell, Yuri.
Duh.
And that is where we shall leave that particular scene, unless there's anything. I'm just going to show you Yuri's character sheet, if I may. How's everyone else doing? Just want to check in.
Yeah,
Cool.
We may have lost Hayden.
I was about to say
he's done all right. It's fairly late.
No, he's back. Look, he's back. Yeah, Hayden lives.
Yeah. I could sense you were going on. Okay, I'm just going to put you on Yuri on your character screen for a minute.
Okay.
Just check that everything's all right. So this is your WoW character sheet. So at the moment, that's how I've got it set up.
The mediator.
Okay, and so I've got you. Yeah, that's the minute you're set up now. I'm assuming everything's all right. But if it comes any point you want to change anything,
no, that's fine with me.
Let me know. Oh, and I should have said, I kind of missed over this bit. Basically, he explains to you also that you're going to get signed Cell 54 to Nixios, that he's going to go on this trade mission. So in the meantime, you're going to be assigned to Yarn. I meant to do that, but I forgot that. So he basically tells you what your new situation is going to be.
Uh-huh.
He's told you about the backup and all that.
Okay.
So there we go. That's the introduction for Dave's new replacement character.
Commissar Yuri Shevchenko.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh no, God-fear,
I'm coming for you, Johnny. I'm fucking coming for you, bitch. Just like Cletus was last night.
You wouldn't be the first.
Okay.
But you made it last.
It's day 14. Ridge Station's right there.
Yeah.
Yuri's been defrosted. Nixios, you're needed on the bridge, but you've got a lead, Nixios. You've got a lead. You've got a hunch. Something's not stacking up here. Courtney, there was something a little bit shifty about her, wasn't there? She's like, you don't quite trust her. She's as mad as a 2-bob watch. And she didn't return with anyone last night, but her bed. It looks like she'd been up to something last night. Looked like she'd been fucking last night, and there's no one came back to her room. What will Melissa have to say about this? She's in the med bay, supposedly, according to the ship systems. Would you like to talk to her?
When did she leave her
Go
room?
to med bay. So this was last night, early hours of this morning.
Right. Okay.
So she left in the early hours, and the ship says that she went off towards the one of the main barracks. There's two barracks, the port side and the starboard side, and the port side barracks are where there's lots of people housed there, but there's two main groups of people housed there. One of them are the Orpheans, who have been brought up from the planet, and the other one are the Cadeans. It seems like quite an odd combination to put in the same barracks. A bit of
Indians.
Cadeans. There's a few Cadeans in there as well. So there are a few different factions on board.
They still got a home
some
planet in this timeline.
So far they do. So the Cadeans also, just to give you a little bit of background, they were some of them which tried to assassinate Cell 53 because they shouted Cadea stands as they tried to assassinate you in their chamber. When they made a retaliation for Derek Schneider. So she went to the Orpheans' quarters, or she went to that barracks. She took most of her things there, all of her possessions, important possessions. At the minute, she's in the med bay, which is where she works. So you can go and visit her now, should you choose.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. So at the minute, Nixios, Gian and Jagannath are going to take their leave. We're just going to leave you just on your own. You've got a hunch, Nixios. You're on a trail, and you always trust your gut. Something doesn't stack up here. You're going to head off to the med bay.
Sherlock Holmes.
So it's just you. There's a couple of guard with you. Just keep an eye on you. You're not, it's not safe for you to walk around on your own. So you've got a couple of bodyguards, a couple of Inquisitor guards. Jagannath takes his leave and says, "Good luck on trade mission. We shall talk again soon. Yuri and Jan and myself, we shall get to bottom of this." And he takes his leave.
We'll get to what?
Bottom of this. My accent is perfectly clear. It was not euphemism.
Why you have trouble understanding this man? He speak clear.
Yeah, I did really enjoy the voicemail, but I do find the voicemail sometimes sometimes you miss a little bit here and there. It's when
I think
other Dave's doing it.
Yeah,
it's
that sounded like a buffering issue.
It seems to be really resource hungry. Like at one, I don't know how I did it, but I accidentally started the Rogue Trader game at the beginning, and that when it was chopping and being weird, I somehow had that running in the background, and it was eating up all the resources and what have you. So I think that was the problem.
Yeah, I saw that and I go, "Oh, you fucker, having a quick fucking."
No, I never game in the background of other people's games, and I was just sat here and I heard all this noise. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And it was Rogue Trader in the background. I must have pressed something somewhere. There you go. Yuri's in the Facebook chat. I've put a picture of him in.
Cool. Thanks, Dave. And I'm looking forward to seeing how your new character
executes Courtney. Yeah.
Or falls in love.
By Pulp Biscuit. Oh, no, that is not going to happen. Trust me.
Oh, with the help of sausage, it could well happen.
Trust me, it's not going to happen.
Okay, so Nixios, you approach the med bay. You head in. You immediately clock Melissa. Dr. Festus Bucket is not here. It seems like Dr. John Cobb is in attendance today. One thing that strikes you, Nixios, in the med bay is that it seems a little more populated than normal.
Are they all coughing?
There does seem to be a higher proportion of chesty coughs than you might think. Yeah, you might hope perhaps a bit too much chesty coughing.
Heresy.
Need some Benadryl. God Emperor's Benadryl, that's what we need.
The bolt shell.
Not the Emperor's benediction. The Emperor's Benadryl.
So Nixios, you're here in the med bay. You clock the person you're looking for. What are you doing?
I'm gonna. I'll walk over to the doctor, and I'll say I have business with this lady, and I need to ask her a few questions. Is she in a fit state?
Just make an awareness test, please. Just go.
Is she beeling? Is she a hysterical woman? She need a slap.
I don't know if they'd know the word beeling in the 41st millennium. It's a very localized word to Scunthorpe, that. In the grim darkness of the 41st millennium, there is only beeling.
Let me just check.
Oh, yeah.
I think I was about 26 when I learnt beeling wasn't a national British slang term, when it was very localised.
No way, like beeling is one of the first words. First word you learn.
I think I was about 2 years old, Dave, when I realised that beeling wasn't
really
a national word. Yeah, I knew that.
There's
a few words like that.
Yeah. No one outside of Scunthorpe knows that beeling is a word for crying, I swear. I said it to Leanne once and she was like, the fuck? What are you talking about? It's like, having a good old Beale. She's like, what, like Ian Beale? Well, yeah, actually.
Okay, so Nixios, as you're talking, or as you make an appraisal of this Dr. Cobb, maybe the first time you met him, you notice a few things that leap out. You're quite an observant person, Nixios. You're quite switched on. You see the Dr. Cobb. One thing that strikes you quite immediately is his teeth seem very bad, as in quite very, very bad. And this is not too unusual. You know that he's one of the Orpheans that's been recruited via Arnold Stormslinger's Bayou Boot Camp and seconded to the med bay. So he's one of the Orpheans that Arnold's put to work. Got incredibly bad teeth. But one other thing that you notice is that there's a bit of a smell that's coming from him as he talks, and it's a smell, and it's quite a smell that you recognise very recently.
There's not fucking cheese.
It's not cheese, no, but it is moonshine. I think that there's a little bit of a scent of it on him, and he goes, "Hello, and he looks over and he says, and you wish to talk to my, sorry, I'm going to set my accents. Give us a second. You want to talk to my nurse? Oh, God, I might just ditch the accent now. I'm sorry, James. So he says to you in a perfectly straight Orphean accent, he says, you want to talk to my nurse and then who you are? But he sees the guard beside you. He sees that you're obviously a man who...
my name is Nixios. I'm investigating this lady's whereabouts last night. Maybe I'll come with an investigation.
And he goes, well, I don't think Melissa's got any issue with talking with you. Melissa, you don't mind talking to this this agent here? Melissa goes, no, I don't mind. Of course not. I've got nothing to hide. She looks a little startled. She looks a little brittle. And make another an awareness test, please, Nixie. And yeah, you can tell that she has been crying. Probably not too long ago. There's a certain redness in her eyes. And you take her to one side, and he says to you, "What is it you want to talk about?"
Well, I understand you've been lucky enough to be given quarters in a very affluent part of the ship. And last night, one of my associates was there. Courtney, do you know her?
Just 1 second, please, James. Whatever you're having. Melissa goes, well, yes, I recently decided to give up my room. I've decided to move in with the other Orpheans. You see, that's who I belong with. They're my people, you see, and yeah, I was given that room, and it's all very fancy and all, but I don't belong there, and I get so lonely there on my own. I decided to move in with my own people, and
well, I can
yeah,
understand that. Must be
I know, Courtney.
quite jarring to come up to the ship.
Yeah, yes. I mean, Patrick, he told me that he saved my life, and I'm grateful. I mean, it wasn't all good down on the planet. There was a lot of trouble down there, but it's what I knew. And this place, it's so alien, so strange, and so cold up here. And yeah, I decided to leave that room behind. It's too fancy for me anyway, and. Yeah, and I did see your associate, Courtney. Yeah, I know her. She's got the room just next door to mine. I saw her. Well, it was this morning. I was moving out early, like, and Courtney often comes home late at night. If I remember, sometimes she makes a bit of noise.
Did you hear any noise last night?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Sorry, let me recon it. The rooms are. I'm not gonna say the walls are very thin. So she says no, I can't hear through the walls. But I think she was drunk or something. I think she'd been down at that drinking hole, and yeah, I think she had a bit of drink on her. But to be honest, I didn't really pay her much mind, and she seemed to pay me no mind either. It's like she didn't pay me the slightest bit of attention this morning. She just she ignored me. Yeah, she don't care about me.
She don't.
Well, I think she may have had people back to her room last night, so maybe she was busy with somebody else. But you say you didn't see anyone come back with her?
No, she was on her own.
Oh, something's not adding up. Well, thank you for your time, Melissa.
It's no problem, Mr. Nixios, and if I can assist you in any way, I'm usually down here in the med bay, but now I'm in my new home back with the other Orpheans now, so you can find me there if you need to speak to me again.
Understood. Thank you, Melissa.
She smiles, and she's got kind of quite a pretty smile. Again, her teeth aren't the best, but they're not as bad as Dr. Cobb's. And she's not been drinking moonshine on the job. She's a bit more professional.
Or eating cheese.
Or eating bad cheese, corrupted, evil cheese. She wouldn't do that. She's not like that, Melissa. She's a good soul.
Sorry, Al. I had to go AFK to sort the cat out. I missed why. Was it explained why Melissa had moved out?
Yeah, well, basically, she didn't say why. She basically just said that she got lonely. She got lonely in a room there. It's too fancy for her anyway, and she's decided to move in with her own kind. So she's moved to the barracks where the other Orpheans are.
Okay.
So she took her stuff with you, and that's where she said you can be found. She also said that she saw Courtney last night.
That's why.
Yeah, I caught most of the Courtney bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she said that Courtney, like had a bit of drink on her, but didn't bring anyone back to the room. So there's a comms in Nixios. There's a comms to you.
Hello,
Nixios. This is the Inquisitor. We're about to reach Ridge Station. You are needed at the pilotry console. You're already late.
Yes, sir. Following up a lead. Sorry, I'll be there on the double.
Yes, time is crucial here. We must be considerate of the timeline.
We must hurry to Ridge Station. We can't delay anymore, surely.
We couldn't. We mustn't.
The ship retrospectively crashes into Ridge Station because Nixios is not in the pilot's chair. Quintius is yelling orders at someone that isn't there. What's happening?
So, Nixios, you've been summoned by the Inquisitor, no less, to the bridge, which is where you where you have to be.
Don't pry plot armor to me, sir.
It's wise to our games, Dave. It's wise to our
Shit! He's smart. He's smarting himself up. We can't be having this.
Dear. So anyway, yes, Nixios obviously needs to be in the bridge because this has already happened. This is what happens when you go back in time. You fuck things up.
Irresponsibly.
You were warned. You were warned.
It's indulgent and frivolous, isn't it? Indulgent. Okay. So Nixios, as you're heading up towards the bridge, you also see some wanted posters. There've been some posters put up, and it says "Wanted Tommy Lee." Basically, do not approach him. Do not eat the cheese he gives you. But yeah, there's some wanted posters that are being dotted up around the ship. Okay.
I mean, it's kind of ironic, isn't it, that Tommy Lee was trying to offer his cheese to everyone, and Nixios turned it down, and then Nixios really demanded the cheese, and Tommy Lee wouldn't give it, and then it ended badly.
Blind demand.
It's a fucking hot mess, right? So you're going to head off to the bridge, Nixios, and we will come back to this bit. Obviously, you'll get your chance, and also you can comms in this to Yarn, who's in effect going to be your proxy on the ship while you're away. So you'll still have your NPC to kind of take up some of this kind of. And Yarn will be working obviously with Yuri.
We will get to the bottom of this, Yarn.
What we're going to do, what the intention is, guys, is in effect, we're splitting Cell 54. It's been split asunder. So we're going to have Courtney and Cletus and Sausage, who I've also dubbed the Menagerie. They're going to be on one side of the divide. And then we have the original Cell 54, which is Yarn, who's also going to be, Nixios, but Yarn is his proxy. And we're also going to assign Yuri there. So we're going to have James and Dave on one side. And we're going to have Johnny and Hayden on another side of a little bit of mischief. And see what happens. There's no more Cell 54. It's going to be, in effect, two-person parties. And
this, James, is how I make amends for your accusations of me PvPing and being generally disruptive and all the other shit that people have said. I've made a character
worse than Johnny and Hayden.
Yeah, I've made a character that is there just to play ball with you, and we're going to hunt these motherfuckers down.
You'll never find us.
Well, you say that, but you haven't seen my skill set, so.
Oh, he's got a skill set. I've got a demon that grants wishes. Fuck you,
James. I've sent you a screenshot of a certain set of talents that Yuri has.
He's another character that's just going to self-destruct on me.
No. Yuri's a good lad. He's a good lad. You'll like Yuri. Trust me.
I wonder if Sausage can turn him into sausage.
I'm going
to. We'll come back to a very small Inquisitor's helmet.
Can I radio to Jagannatha on the way up to bridge?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah. I want to let him know that something's not adding up. Like, can't get. There's no. It doesn't look like Courtney went back with anybody. So, something in my very specs spider sense is tingling. And I've got a hunch that something's off, even though everything looked fine. She spent the night with somebody and she didn't bring anyone back to her room, so something's not adding up. Now we've got the painting out there, but while I'm off ship, can you, keep an eye on her and just be careful.
Jagannatha goes, yes, I spend much time with Courtney. With her training, I will keep an eye upon her. I shall monitor her, and I shall pass this information on to Yuri and Yarn for consideration. We shall be most cautious here. Most cautious. Now, good luck on your trade mission, and I hope you pilot the ship well in your upcoming docking.
I do too.
Yeah, we all do.
They don't call him Nixios Ramraid Roth for nothing.
Can I reverse it round and plant the arse?
James, look at Facebook Messenger. I've sent you a message of some of Yuri's talents and traits, some of the things he does. Some.
Alexa, can I get a scan of the nearest ATMs, please?
Okay. Scanning.
Yeah, so Nixios and Cell 53 there say they're going to go on this trade mission. Yuri and Jan are going to be left as one group of two, and then Courtney and Cletus and they're going to be left as another group of two. So we're just going to. It's just gonna go. I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't even know what's gonna happen.
It's gonna go to shit.
It's gonna go to a hot mess, and then I'm gonna try and scrape that hot mess off the floor, and then serve it back. That's what the plan is.
We've got a couple of psychopaths hunting a couple of fucking mutant freaks. Basically, is what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Why not?
It's gonna be great.
Cool.
It'll be the best part of the game.
Cat and mouse.
Yes.
Cat and mouse.
But who's the cat, Johnny?
But
because I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think anyone knows the. I will have to say though, it's nice to have a commissar in the kind of. We've actually been missing this particular kind of character like trope a little bit, haven't we? We haven't really had one so far.
No, we haven't. There was one in Dark Heresy, but I don't think you ever met him. So it got glossed over. It got left out. So. Yeah,
it's quite an iconic.
Fucking right.
40k. So it's good to have it in there.
And I've got the full commissar shebang. I've got the hat, the coat, the bolt pistol, the chainsword, the attitude, the love of executing people. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Okay.
It's going to be whistling, walking down the fucking corridors of the ship, just shooting people.
just heresy, boom, heresy, boom. I have run out of ammunition.
Okay, cool. So, I'd like, if we may, got a little bit more time. I know we lost Hayden now, so the bit that I wanted to get up to, I need Hayden involved, but there's something else we can do before we get there, if that's all right, which is Quintius.
Hello.
Acting Captain.
Yes, I'm scared
Quintius.
Too. Yes.
Acting Captain Quintius Vespis. You stand in the shuttle bay, and by your side is Arnold, acting as your bodyguard.
Hello, Arnold.
And the energy around you, Quintius, is palpable. There's a sense of purpose. They needed this. You realise they needed a win. Crew have suffered greatly. They have fought off Xenos raiders not once, but twice. First, the Dark Eldar who raided whilst you were still within the deep sleep of the cryo coffin. It is better to be killed than to be taken alive by the Drukhari. That much is certain. And second, savage orcs, whose animal brutality strikes fear deep to the core of those who must stand against them. You missed quite a lot of that combat as well.
Yes, I did, didn't I? Whoops.
Due to an errant stick bomb, I believe.
Yes, wonderful.
Both times, the Inquisitor ordered the airlocks to be opened. Both times he vented the corridors to the void as a desperate gambit. And his crew is but a skeleton one, not suited to fighting off these Xenos invaders. So it may have been the right choice. But no one can truly support a captain who would treat their lives so expendable. Why are they even here? The crew wonder. Again and again the ship plies this remote corner of the expanse. And for what? Most have heard of the paintings. for sailors' gossip worse even than fishwives. It makes no sense. The Inquisitor is insane, surely. His actions cannot be defended by the rational. The crew dine on nutrient paste, bland, repetitive, and slightly chewy. They endure the ship. Some say that the ship is haunted. Some say worse things. Worse things are known to be true. The ship is cursed. This is clear, and so are all who sail upon her. The crew, they needed this, Quintius. They needed a win. This refugee ship, packed with desperate souls, fleeing the Butcher King and his plague fleet. 20,000 desperate refugees. Stop cackling, Johnny. I know you've got designs on these fucking poor fuckers.
Waste not, want not.
Acting Captain Quintius, the ship has many faults, but also many strengths, and one of those is the potency of her auger arrays. Nixios located a world suitable for refuge. New Eden, they are calling it. You ordered 3 shuttles to be loaded with a foul nutrient paste and the last of your medical supplies, a heavy cost to the ship's depleted resources. And you were given a glorious speech to spur on your pilots, who were not expected to return. You stood upon a munitions crate, and they listened spellbound. It came so naturally, the words, the inspiration. They needed this. Morale, such a precious, fickle thing. You asked them to draw lots for what may be their last mission. And they did. But not as you expected. So many of the pilots volunteered for this mission of mercy, for this mission of hope, that it was necessary for them to draw lots to decide who would take the honour. And even Flight Lieutenant Charles Ash drew a lot, though it was fortunate that he did not succeed, for you could not afford to lose him. You would have had to forbid it. Here, on the very edge of explored space, the ship and her crew bring salvation to 20,000 desperate souls, and you have brought hope to these people, at least for a time. Here, an eternity away from holy terror, you have brought the Emperor's grace. For without your aid, the Nephilim and her crew were surely doomed. Nixios had counselled that you purge them, and that might have been the wisest choice, but damn it, this feels right. You are no executioner. Shuttle Bay sets to a display of organised purpose, and the supplies are organised. A servitor approaches you, and Arnold determines that it is no threat. The servitor holds a tankard of dark, bitter ale. It is the same servitor that brought Alexa a cake and a badge and a glass of milk. It offers you the dark, bitter ale. Let's take the ale, Quintius, you there?
I will, and also I'll take the ale. I'll also say to the servitor, "Thank you, my good man," as if it's a normal person.
It says to you compliance.
Okay.
Heads off. I don't know if Johnny remembers this, but you did ask for a bitter to be brought to Captain Quintius last game, and now it occurs. So, where are we? My apologies. 1 second. So, I've lost my place. Oh no! Lost my place. Doom. Despair. Despair. What has happened?
I shall quaff the ale.
Oh, there we go.
As dramatically as is humanly possible.
Thanks, Dave. Buy me a little time.
Just
quaff the ale.
Lick it back
stuff.
and wipe
Real.
the back of my mouth and ha-ha! Yes! Woohoo! Ooh, that's the stuff! Ooh, that's just what I needed to buy time for the voice in my head to find whatever it is it's looking for. What?
Finding. Yeah, thanks a lot, Dave. So much appreciated. So anyway, yeah, still not there. Fuck you.
And then I shall masturbate furiously just to continue. But no, I won't do that. That's ridiculous.
There we go. There we go. It's not the time.
No,
Dave.
it's not. You're right. It's right. I don't know what came over me. Excuse the phrasing.
You've been a bit jism obsessed this game.
Yeah, there's been a lot of jism in my life lately, and art reflects life and all that. So
we're all jismed out at this point.
Just
so,
jizz everywhere.
I'm not.
Jism begets jism.
Jizzbo.
It's a circle of jizz. It's a wheel of fortune. Quintius.
Hello.
Quintius. It is time. You must gather your belongings, Quintius, and head to the starboard airlock.
Okay.
It is time for Ridge Station.
Yes.
And that is where we shall end it for tonight.
Awesome.
Finally, I can really frivolously spend all the Inquisitor's money on things that we don't need. Wonderful.
Yes, that'll be the next section of the game. Will be a glorified giant shopping trip.
Yes.
Yay.
And this time, I promise, I won't buy any slaves or servants behind your back or anything like that.
I wouldn't do that.
I only did it because, the only reason I ever did that
because it was fun.
No, that's not true. That is part of it, but it's not the only reason. The main reason I did it is because when I made Quintius, I sent Alan a big blurb of Quintius's backstory and all his other shit, and there was a wish list on it, and it was a wish list of things I wanted. And one of the things I wanted on that wish list was a Shade Servitor. And I don't know if you've ever found this, but in one of the books, I can't remember which, it might be Inquisitor's Handbook.
You have told me about it.
There is mention of a Shade Servitor, and a Shade Servitor is a monotask servitor, so a lobotomized person with cybernetic parts with one job, and that one job is to hold a parasol over the head of a very rich person to protect them from the sun. And I wanted one of those for Quintius from the very beginning, before we even played session 1. And so when I heard we were going to a planet where there were slaves, I was like, fucking hell, I'm messaging Alan. Do you think, would they sell men, valets, manservant type people? That's what I'm going to do. That's the only reason any of this bullshit happened. I accept it's all my fault, but I wanted a manservant.
and you have one.
And now I have one. And it's not shady. Jeeves isn't suspicious. I'm not scared of him. I don't think he's leaving his pubes in my bed every night or anything weird like that, It's fine.
Dipping his balls in your recap.
I'm very suspicious of Jeeves. I'm going to be honest. When first Jeeves said, as soon as you were like, I can't wait to introduce Jeeves, was the message you sent me. I was like, oh fucking hell. What have I done?
Oh shit! I give the game away.
Yeah. I was like, what have I done? But I'll play along.
Too obvious, I know.
And ever since, I've been trying. I try not to meta game, and ever since it started, I've been like, okay, I'll play along with Jeeves. But Jeeves has started to get shady, I think, lately. So I've started to get suspicious. And then when the cat was like destroying my bed and covered in fucking foam or whatever she was, I was like, what's going on? So now Quintius and Dave are really suspicious of Jeeves, and I might ask Alexa to space in after we leave Ridge Station. I don't know.
We can put his body to better use.
When I was like, have a day off, Jeeves, chill out, go have a drink, do whatever you want. He's like, no, I must come with you to Ridge Station. All right, you fucking suspicious prick. I mean, yeah.
Too needy, Jeeves. You're a bit too needy. Oh well.
Back down, Jeeves.
You never quite know. You don't know which NPCs will flourish and which ones will get space.
I like Jeeves. I don't want him to die, but Quintius is getting very suspicious of him.
He's living on borrowed time.
Yeah, he is, definitely.
Alexa will have to obviously deny all knowledge of deliberately spacing people, because that's not the sort of thing that happens on this ship.
Oh no, that's naughty.
That is naughty.
That's probably a crime.
Possibly.
You don't want to commit crimes.
Not when our Yuri's on board.
Not now Yuri's here.
He wouldn't know about Peck Heresy or anything untoward like that, would he?
Well, it depends what's in the data slate that he's been given. I know what's in the data slate.
There was. I did put a deliberate comment in the intro about the servitor being taken away for an audit.
Yep.
Murder servitor.
Yep. I picked up on that. It's in my notes.
First of many.
I've got a dream. Murder servitors as far as the eye can see. Wall to wall murder servitors. It's good to have a plan. It's a noble. It's a noble plan.
It's a noble cause.
It's been emotional.
It has.
It's been a wild ride.
Need a cigarette after that.
I'm looking forward to executing someone as Yuri. I have to admit.
Oh my God.
Just bolt pistol to the head.
I need to get the production going as quick as I can.
I like how you're worried on both. I like how you're worried on both your characters, Jono.
Except they're both dodgy as fuck. That's why. No, they're not. Not at all.
No.
Alexa's completely above board. She just, just don't look at her too closely behind her ears.
I mean, Yuri probably won't ever get that close unless, well.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, Alexa's going on board the station, and Yuri's staying on board the ship, so they shouldn't come into contact
yet.
Too soon. Yet.
Yeah.
And the rate this game is moving forward, I mean, they may never meet. Unfortunately, it just is progressing at quite the snail's pace, I have to say.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of like the thing of your game. Like every campaign in every setting, in every game, in every group is different. And, they all have their thing. And I think the thing with yours is the slow pace of it. When you think about what are we on now? Session 54?
We'll be able.
Literally all we've done of note relevant to the plot, really, is get a painting off a planet and bring it to the ship. And it's, and there's 54 sessions, but there is a story around all of that. And I think that's the thing about your campaign. It's
slow burn.
I mean, my game's a slow burn, but this is like a slow burn where all the fuses are wired up to things you don't expect them to be.
It's also a little indulgent for me that I keep just chucking in new random things that probably like for example Yuri, he's great. I really like the fact we're chucking him in here, but it's just another complication in an already complicated mess, right?
So like Dark,
it's a bit indulgent in some ways.
Darker's 30 sessions ahead of this game, but there's been a lot more missions in those 80 sessions than there has in your 50. But your game is more convoluted, and it's more about the characters. Yeah, it's a lot more about the interaction between the different characters and stuff, than the actual story of the game. And that's what your game's about. That's your game's thing. Like I say, every game has a thing.
My game's about shit stirring.
Yeah, and nonsense. But it's a lot of fun.
And a lot of nonsense.
It's a lot of fun because of that. That's the thing. I mean, I think we're all enjoying it, with the possible exception of James.
No, I'm enjoying it again now. Like, I had to let go of the mutants. It's just frustrating. Like, I can't be playing something that I do in my free time and getting frustrated by it.
Exactly. And that's not what I want.
No, and I don't think any of us do. And that's one of the reasons that I've made Yuri to be what he is, because it's someone for you to have on your side in a way. A character that can, is a bit more of a straight-laced guy, like Nixios is. Even though Nixios is a clear fucking psychopath, he's still quite straight-laced compared to weird
I'm quite
freaks.
enjoying that. And I've been playing a lot of Rogue Trader recently, and I'm having fun with the heretic side of things now. It's quite delicious.
Maybe that'll bring you over to the other side.
Yeah, probably.
and then you can kill Yuri off. Fair, that's a good point, by the way. Yuri is fair game, and I won't be upset if anyone executes him as long as it makes sense.
Oh, it'll make sense.
So just to point that out to you, Johnny, if I come after you, don't feel like you have to hold your punches back when you like if Yuri's involved, because he's there to hunt you.
Yeah, I think exactly. I've definitely put a kind of. It almost seems, especially Hayden. I think Johnny too as well. I think they're wanting a bit of conflict, let us say, especially Hayden. I think he lives for that.
Yeah,
and it also seems clear to me that you're kind of splitting in different paths, and you can't all be in the same group. So we're actually putting two groups that are almost directly opposed to each other. But I'm have to remind you, Johnny, that you don't actually know of Yuri's existence on Courtney.
No, I don't.
So you don't know that you're being hunted as yet, and that will.
That's fine.
But and that will come. I mean, that will come out in time. But I'm just saying. I'm just warning you that
Yuri doesn't know that he's hunting
preemptive
Courtney
strike
either.
Yuri. Yeah, exactly.
I'll feign innocence as always.
Yeah.
The way I see it, your game now.
Recap, anyone? I love that. By the way.
Yeah, that was fantastic. That was amazing.
I really quite enjoyed that whole scene.
The one thing I can always rely on with Johnny in all the games is like there'll be an awkward moment, and Johnny's character, no matter what character it is, will have the right thing to say at the right time every single fucking time. It's fantastic.
Special skills.
Yep, the special sauce, as Johnny has been referred to many times.
Yeah, but, Johnny's the special blend of herbs and spices that makes the game just so the secret blend.
I see.
And without those spices, it's just some bland sauce. So that's what we need.
That's it.
We need that bit of salt and pepper. That's what we need, Johnny.
I think I said something like this to you, Alan, earlier today over Facebook, where like Cell 53 is the group where we kind of vaguely work together. We didn't at first, but we've slowly become accustomed to each other, and we are kind of mostly working together. Well, three of us are, and then there's Alexa. And Cell 54 is just this insane clusterfuck where we get all our stupid bullshit out of the way. That's where we just cause chaos. But 53, we tend to work quite well together. So I think it's quite amusing that with that in mind, Yarn, who is a part of 53, is getting left behind, and Nixios is coming with us to the station, because that's just, I don't know what that's going to do, but it's going to be fun.
Courtney's got a mutant in her cupboard.
I know.
A demon.
I know. Alan, I did enjoy the constant references in your intro to really original ideas. I thought that was great.
I had a lot of fun with that. It was quite a long intro by my standards.
Yeah, it was. But it was good. It was all good. It was really good.
I enjoyed it quite a bit. And I said to Johnny earlier, I don't know if you heard, but I basically said, like, every time Johnny laughs, it just kind of gives me that little fuel. You know, I've got a few. I know I'm landing a few. Good combinations of words or something. I know, it just gets me. I know you're quite quiet on the intros, but Johnny, I kind of, if he's not there laughing, I feel like I'm doing something.
Exactly.
Wrong,
I mean, I mute myself.
Not succeed. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I always mute myself to stay out of it. But like Johnny not laughing in an intro is like, there may as well not be an intro. And that was one of the reasons that I started doing the pause for Johnny things. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I sometimes throw in a pause for Johnny where there shouldn't be one. So occasionally I'll say something really mundane and then follow it up with pause for Johnny, and Johnny will laugh. It's like
it's trying to work out. Trying to work out. It's
I've
like
Pavloved him.
Almost. Trying to work out what's funny about the words.
Yeah, and he does. He always
Johnny
laughs. But but it's quite amusing. And then I've seen a couple of times I've done it to Johnny, and then he laughs, and then he immediately goes, like he's realised, I've laughed at something that isn't funny because Dave told me to.
Great.
Part of your mind game, Dave.
The thing is now as well, I've got to a stage where I think I can write an intro and I could put a pause for Johnny in every single time I think Johnny's going to laugh, and I reckon I could get it right every fucking time because I know exactly what will set Johnny off all the time. It's glorious. So now I've started to build on that. Like now I don't just pause for Johnny. I ramp up the intro to the pause for Johnny.
I got a couple of good ones in today. I got a Nub and also Ruined Hole. And
yeah. The thing is, right? I think you've conditioned me as well because I want to react to those.
You were
statements.
bad today, Dave. By the way,
sorry.
so it's a funny thing. Yeah, you were naughty. You are naughty, naughty boy.
I am a naughty boy.
Yeah,
it's well documented.
Also, like, oh, Johnny and Hayden, they're always being so naughty, naughty. Like I'm on my high horse. I'm a GM. I'm a responsible adult. And then it's like, when it actually came to it, they were quite well behaved. And it was you
all right.
who wouldn't fucking.
Yeah,
but you know,
I'll accept that. I'll totally take that. I'll totally take that. But the difference is that Johnny and Hayden are constantly naughty. I just have bursts of naughtiness, and when they happen, you can't stop me. So when you describe, the sex parlor of Courtney, I am going to fucking make jokes about jizz-stained walls, and I won't stop, no matter what you say. The only reason I did stop. The only reason I did stop was because we're on Discord and it's your game and I respect you. If we'd have been in a room together, I wouldn't have stopped for an hour.
Oh, dear. No, I mean, I keep saying that the game is... I was trying to keep it above pornography and farce, and today I definitely 100% failed.
It doesn't matter what you try and do.
It was in a good way.
Nowhere near, but...
Yeah. I really enjoyed... I've started really enjoyed playing Courtney now. Whereas before I was a bit unsure, and now I'm sort of like.
You're leaning heavily into Courtney. She's a
think on your feet sort of character. So and that's cool. Whereas Alexa's more of a she's got a long game. She's got like plans and vision. Whereas Courtney's just sort of like in the moment,
winging it.
Courtney's
winging it. Creature of passion.
Courtney's a far cry from what I originally designed her to be, but I think she's better as you're playing her than what I had in my head. So
same with Otto, right? Johnny takes one of his NPCs and makes it his own.
I mean, Otto was boring as fuck when I made him. He was literally just there to research stuff, and Johnny made him his own, and he's done it again with Courtney. So yeah, tip of the commissar's cap to you there, Johnny.
Before you shoot me.
Emperor's judgment be with you, Courtney.
And you.
Yeah, and you.
But yeah, as you noticed, James, there's a bit of plot armor for them this time. Bit of plot armor from this time. I didn't want it to completely unravel in the first session. It's too enjoyable. I've got to let it roll for a little longer. So, I couldn't just have you walk in on them and balls deep or something, and it's like, oh, busted. Everyone gets fucking shot and executed. It's just like, we needed to let it run a little bit more.
I think there's a lot of fun in running investigations where the other half of your party is guilty. Because James's anti-metagaming right early on in the session was fantastic, I thought, because it was, let's be honest, pure metagaming, but he did it in such a great way that it was absolutely acceptable. That's how you metagame. That's how you fucking metagame. That was a masterclass in metagaming.
It was. Yeah, but that's the thing is, Brownie is can be one of the worst offenders for metagaming.
Yeah, but he did it so well.
It's all above board, so you got nothing on me. He
did it so well.
So uptight.
I was really impressed.
It was nice to get away with it for the moment.
It's too early for it.
We need to string it out for a bit.
I know she'll be discovered, but by then hopefully she'll be more powerful than you can possibly imagine. So.
All right, Palpatine.
Oh, can you conjure up the serving girls again, please, Sausage?
Well, they're not exactly girls, you see. They're more of we'll call it fitty-fitty.
They're not really ladies, is they? They got both sets of bits. Sometimes they are.
You don't need to dwell upon the detail.
Conjure up the fitty-fitties.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the morning after scene. I knew I was going to enjoy that, and I did.
Yeah, it was cool. It was funny. It was. I could just picture it all. I was just like, oh, what? It's amazing.
As you were doing that scene, and I'm there thinking about, I'm prepping for Yuri in the background. I'm psyching myself up to play Yuri. I'm thinking, I can see in 4 months' time this exact same thing playing out, but Yuri's in bed with Courtney, and I'm like, fuck. Fuck! This is not how it was supposed to go.
What, and sausage?
Yeah. I have become all that I swore to destroy.
And what do you call it? Cletus just taking photos from the fucking cupboard.
Yeah, Cletus is going, Yuri, lift your leg a bit more. Come on, boy.
Oh, no. Oh, dear, man.
Who do you serve? The God Emperor. Ah.
Who do you serve, Yuri? Whoever you say I serve. He's wearing a ball gag.
Oh, dear, man.
That sounds like a challenge. Yeah. That sounds like something that I want to make happen.
Side quest.
Bring out the gimp. Here comes Yuri.
Okay.
The Gimpisar.
With his chainsword, like, just on his head like a dildo. Chain dildo!
Oh my god, yeah, the possibilities are limitless.
Oh dear.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Right.
It's quite a little bit scary though that we've got, like, you know, some dedicated emperor fearing servants now in the mix. That's going to be a spanner in the works for some of my evil schemes. So
Yeah, I mean, like I say, we've gone off the rails now. I say last session, I didn't predict what was going to happening. I didn't predict the whole party splitting apart. But so looking back, it was a surprise. It took so long for the whole group to crumble. It was always doomed in a sense. So yeah, but now now it's just a new phase in the game, and I don't know what's going to happen. So
too many big personalities. Too many big personalities in those characters. It was always the secondary one, but it's like it was nice to sort of make it sort of almost the main one for a while.
Yeah. I quite enjoy. I know James didn't enjoy it quite so much, but I always enjoyed Cell 54. That whole, just being stuck in a room, for seconds at a time. I really enjoyed it.
I played Tommy Lee a lot, because Quintius I play him, although I play him a bit daft, I play him quite serious. As in, I have things I want to achieve. I try and play him to the character. I try and work within the game and Alan's vision of what's going on. But Tommy Lee, I always made him as a bit of a But Tommy Lee, I always made as like a guy to fuck about with a bit. And he was literally made on a whim, and he was made to be a whim. So he would be pulled in whatever direction the game was going. That was the point of him.
And you were almost a little bit like, I remember when you actually proposed him to me, I knew you wanted to take him, but you're also a little bit like, almost not quite ashamed, but almost a little kind of bit reserved about, like, is he going to even, could he allow this? It's like, and I was like, yeah, well, this has to be.
The thing is,
it was preposterous, right?
The stuff that I put in my brief to you was, to a power gamer, I think really overpowered. But I'm not a power gamer, proven by the fact that Tommy Lee never did any of the shit he was capable of. Mm-hmm. But when I first suggested it to you, I was like, I would have been wary of letting a player take that character because of the shit he could potentially do.
Oh, I have a lot of faith or a lot of trust.
I mean, you shouldn't trust me.
in all you guys, but but it's like, say, if the game breaks, it's not the end of the world. It's been a blast. So, but no, actually, I like. It always seems to be teetering on the edge of breaking.
That's what I like about your campaign as well. It's
like on the edge.
Chaos.
It's good.
Yeah, it's been utter chaos from the get go. From literal. I mean, the first moments of the game where we were injecting everyone and putting them into the cryo coffins, and you went to inject Quintius, and I'm like, I'm running away. And I could see the panic in your face, like, oh, Dave's breaking the campaign in session 1, 10 minutes in.
Yeah.
Like,
I told you, if I could do that bit again now, I would have enjoyed a bit more and I'd have lent into it. But at the time, I just got back on the GM chair, and I was like, there's that little lurch in your belly where you think, oh, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
Like, looking back, I could have actually leaned into it a little better, and I could have had the nurse go to you, get off the ship while you can, run. But I didn't. I only thought about that. Months after it actually happened.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to. Now I would have done it better.
You could have just
had
had
just went. There was that almost like queasy feeling in my belly where it's like, I don't know what to do now. Like, you know what I mean? It's gemming.
I think I saw that I scared you a bit, and I was like, shit, I shouldn't have done that, because I thought what you would do, I honestly thought what you would do is just have a big orderly on the door who would be like, get back in, and that would be it. I thought you'd just take that away from me, because I wasn't trying to get into the rest of the ship. I was just trying to portray Quintius as being a bit of a coward. That's all I was trying to do. So,
I don't try and force you onto the rails very much as general ruler. Try and let
you should try it more. It's fun.
I still remember vividly the when he did the ghost of what was it? The ghost of who was it?
Ghost of Limmerino. Yeah, the ghost
of Limmerino. That was incredible. That was the finest piece of acting I've ever seen.
Ooh. I'm the ghost of Limmerino.
Ghost of Bayou Past.
Yeah, it was just
that and when I pretended to be an orc was quite good fun. When I rushed that heavy stubber position on the what do you call it? The fucking ship.
The Victoria.
Yeah, on the Victoria. When I rushed that and was like, I'm an orc. No, I'm not. Yeah, the Ghost of Limmerino was fantastic. When I was all painted up, wasn't I? Fucking makeup.
Yeah.
There's been usually good use of mimicry. There's been a few good bits over the 53 sessions. So,
yeah.
Yeah, it's
here's the 53 more.
Hopefully.
It kills the time.